They want to be mad, so let them be mad if they want to. It gives them some existence, something to exist, apparently.
Yeah,
All right.
I agree with what you're saying.
Okay. Where's that echo coming from?
I don't know.
Now me, I got some
Yeah, me too.
headphones. You know, shouldn't have any.
Alright.
Oh, I know where the problem is coming from. One moment. Okay. I think I have it.
The stream.
What got that? I can't exit out. I'm gonna make Discord mute.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Oh shoot.
Alrighty, I think we got everybody in attendance. That's gonna be here, rather. Anyway. So, what is going on, everybody? This is the HPMP JRPG podcast, episode 32. We are out here after a brief hiatus by the podcast standards.
It almost sounded like you said hyenas.
Oh,
Hi, Anus.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay,
I
we're
mean, if
back.
you don't
in
have
here.
consistency in the first place.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Alrighty, guys, we'll start this off as always with the introductions. So we got a kind of new person around these parts, but not new to the YouTube world. Go right ahead, Hoodley. So that's it, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Most
go ahead.
people
and-
keep forgetting the L.
Oh, okay.
So at least you got the L. But yes, you did say that right.
Okay, so go ahead, introduce yourself and tell us your favorite JRPG and plug the channel.
All right. Well, like he said, my name's Headley. I'm very lazy. I'm really slow at making video. I've never done an introduction like this, but whatever. Most of the stuff I want to talk about, i.e. things I have not made yet because I am very slow. Most of them are going to be about JRPGs, lots of PS2 games, some indie stuff, just I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm sorry.
It's cool.
I don't know. If like you don't find my voice completely grating, and you want to hear me talk about video games and probably some anime sometime, I have a channel. It's really tiny, but it's there.
All right, man.
know.
That's good. And what's your favorite
Don't forget.
JRPG, dude?
There we go.
It's a tie. That it's also from my favorite game of all time. It's a tie between The World Ends With You and Persona 4 Golden. And those two are in a tie for my favorite game ever with Ape Escape 3.
What? Ape Escape 3?
It sounds like Blandrew.
No,
I was about to say you have
Like,
a
what?
Brandon Blanger.
Huh? What is going on right? All right.
Landrew 2.0.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I played Ape Escape 3 like more times than I can even think to count. I probably played it like at least 30 times, and I still have a lot of fun with it.
I mean, I beat it too. It's a pretty good game. Cut him some slack. It's a
And
legit game.
I actually finally got Ape Escape 2 recently. I played that, and that was pretty good. But, it's just like Ape Escape 3. I know it's a weird pick, but I like it.
Is that the one on PS2?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, quick question. No,
let me get through the introductions.
Yeah, go.
Go ahead, Shintai. Oh, God, Daniel. God damn it.
I'm never living that down. I'm gonna be an 80-year-old man. You're gonna still be like, Shintai.
My bad, dude. I'm sorry.
It's all good. So, hey, Daniel here. I know I haven't been here in a while. Apologize for that. But if you also like the sound of my voice, I'm working on some stuff that's not JRPG related, unfortunately. But I'm still working on that Zestiria video, kind of on and off, here and there. I can't work on it too much, otherwise it would just drive me insane. But right now I'm working on my school days video. That's gonna be some shit.
I love School Days.
Ooh.
You love it, really?
Yes, I really love it.
I think you'll find my video interesting. The video has morphed a lot. Originally, I was just going to shit on the ending, and then I was going to shit on the whole show, and now I feel like it's gone more in depth. I don't know. It's turning it's becoming very interesting.
Here's what I want to say about School Days. It is a nice Karma story. A story about karma. A story about karma.
All right. On that note, Riku, go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
Riku's the only one. Hello, everybody. I've been gone a bit also, but I'm back here. Happy to talk to my JRPG friends. And I haven't been actually playing. No, actually, yes, I have been playing a JRPG. I actually started Final Fantasy VIII finally.
Oh, that's a weird one.
Yeah, kind of jumped back on the Final Fantasy grind that I, started, and we're on 8. And all I can say right now is that I enjoy the music, and I enjoy the visuals, and I think that's it as
If
of right
you like
now.
music, what do you think of the song "Waltz to the Moon"?
I don't know the names associated with the songs that I'm listening to yet.
It's the one that plays during the dance.
Oh, I think I actually just reached to the dance where the part where the girl came up to Squall and was like, "You're the cutest guy in the room," and I was like, "Okay," and I'm gonna end it right here. So I didn't actually, I wasn't paying attention to the music. When I turn the game back on, I will, and I'll let you know. But
just Riku, just
Chat seems to
don't
like
let any.
Escape 3.
All right.
What about Final Fantasy VIII?
Just don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Final Fantasy VIII is better than Final Fantasy IX. Just don't let anybody tell you.
Well,
No.
I'm going
No.
in blind.
No.
I've heard so many. If there's any Final Fantasies thus far that has been massively divided, it is Final Fantasy VIII. So I'm trying to go in there with,
I mean, 8 has a dog.
That's great. That automatically makes it better than 9. All right.
Jesus Christ.
All right, Gab, go ahead.
Are you
Go ahead.
trying to
Guys,
trigger me?
Hey guys,
Yeah, a
it's
little
Gab.
bit.
You know me. I've been here for a while, and yeah, I'm ready to give some games away.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Nightmare, go ahead, man.
It's Nightmare Alpha. I don't have a great day today. My allergies are acting up. My stomach isn't nice. I just It's not a great day, and I have to talk about shit. So, and I have to tell it how it is.
Like
So,
literal shit.
Well, not literal. I haven't actually. Let's not talk about this, okay?
That's what I like
You're
about you,
gonna write it
Nightmare.
up.
You tell it like it is. Like you don't sugarcoat nothing. You just be like, yo, I'm feeling like shit. I don't want to be here right now. So fuck y'all. I like that.
Oh no. I want to be here. I want to
Nah,
be here. That's not the
okay.
point. It's just I just don't like talking about certain topics, even though I'm very good at it, even though people don't agree with me on that. So
Okay. Q, go ahead, man.
Hey, Q here, or LP Guardian. Here to, I guess, talk about JRPGs and give away some games. So, hope you guys enjoy while I sit here waiting to go eat lasagna. That's basically all I'm thinking about right now. So, lasagna.
And you know what type of lasagna?
Say that again.
Do you know what type of lasagna?
If I know what type of lasagna, I think it's beef. I'm hoping it's beef.
Okay.
Love me some beef
You
lasagna.
get there and
That's
this is zucchini.
it. I will riot. I'd probably burn the house down. I'd be like, wait, what? This is not lasagna? You're dead. Burn the whole house down. That's basically it.
Alrighty, Souls, go ahead, man.
What's up, everybody? Souls is here again for another HPMP podcast. Currently playing some DMC 5, Devil May Cry 5.
Yeah.
Finally.
Game of the
I'm
year.
having a ball.
Game of the
You know
year.
what? You know what? It's looking that way. It's looking that way, Daniel. It's looking that way.
At least until Shadows of Cold Steel 3 comes out.
Oh, you're right.
No, still game of the year.
We still have a potential Persona coming out, so I mean, you gotta
Darn it.
give some leeway for that. I mean, if a Persona game drops this year, I'm sorry, Devil May Cry is dead.
No, Devil May Cry 5 is still
Come
game of
on
the year.
now. We can't be talking like making no early assumptions with Sonic now.
Dude,
we gotta wait.
I have been waiting a literal fucking decade for Devil May Cry 5, and it actually
Dang.
was worth the wait. No fucking way anything else this year is gonna beat it for me. Period.
You like that dancing scene that much?
Do you think this is just a little
Best
sprinkle
scene
of
ever.
bias somewhere in there?
10 years. What part of 10 years do you not understand? Living to that, living up to that expectation. Living up to that expectation.
Okay, alrighty. And you guys know me, it's the JRPG God, the JRPG enthusiast, Mr. JRPG here, Shadow Elite. And yeah, we're gonna get right into these topics. Well, not a JRPG related topic, but I do want to bring up this certain YouTuber from a certain website that plagiarized a lot, got caught, made a pseudo apology, and now actually came out with a real apology, and that is Philip Mewson.
Oh, I thought it was me. Sorry, my bad. Keep going.
Okay. I mean, we throw shade, but not that hard.
So yes, Philip Mewson, he plagiarized a whole bunch of stuff at IGN. He got caught red-handed, and he tried to make an apology video the first time around. Didn't go over so well. He uploaded one recently, and that one seemed genuine to me, not like a legal response as the other one did. I personally don't know if I can trust him myself. I didn't really care for the guy even before the stuff came up about him. But everybody else seems to, well, his fan base rather, seems to have forgiven him. I just don't see how you can trust somebody who's been known to plagiarize like that. How can you trust his content going forward? So let's ask Daniel, what do you think about this? I guess he's not there. Q, you got anything to say on this one?
About plagiarism, well, I guess in a way, I guess it's a bit of flattery if you're going to, how can I say, if you're going to give credit to the people who you're plagiarizing. So, for example, if I were to take something that Shadow did and say, you know what, I'm going to do this now, but Shadow was my inspiration for doing it, you know, like my next video that's going to be coming out. But basically, yeah, I mean, it's fine, I guess, if you're basically, you know, giving credit to where credit is due. But I mean, if you're taking credit for something that you didn't do, and that's just disgusting. And I don't know about, you know, trusting him. I mean, I don't know how much people actually trust anything on IGN at this point in time, no matter who it is writing it or whatever have you. So yeah, I don't think he has any trust in the industry. Even if he has like one or two fans who are like, oh, he's okay, the rest of it is just kind of like, yeah, no, IGN isn't with it.
I think he's basically known as like a bad, like terrible now. That's essentially people follow him just
terrible.
Bad terrible.
People, well, okay, I don't know how to say this. People follow him
No, I like
essentially
that.
just to
it
shit
fits
on
on
him.
the menu.
That's
They
who we
love to hate him.
I
They
want
love
that.
to hate
I
him,
want
yeah.
that on his back. He's a bad terrible.
I mean, if you want to
Never
own
let
that,
down.
that sounds good.
He's
That
a bad
sounds good to me.
terrible.
Then he'll start selling shirts.
That should be on a t-shirt. Yeah, bad terrible. Basically.
Wouldn't it be funny if he actually plagiarized his apology?
Oh my
Oh my
god!
God.
Oh my god!
I want to make this clear. There are only a few ways how to how to apologize in general. So I wouldn't say that you can plagiarize it, but let's say that every kind of apology is a bit derivative of everybody else. So
Okay, but if he's like watching another person's video with a ballpoint pen and a notepad, I mean,
As far as I'm concerned, there's only one good way to apologize, and that is to buy people food. See, if you give people food, they completely forget they're angry at you. So you just, here's what, I'm giving everyone who hated my review because it was plagiarized free pizza. You know what?
And some
Everyone
lasagna.
gets it.
What if they
And some
don't like
lasagna.
pizza?
That's terrible. So Hutley, you can you trust this guy? Did you know about him beforehand, or?
I don't really use IGN. I don't really care what they do. I mean, they gave a 3 out of 10 to God Hand, so I don't see how I can trust anything they say.
Okay, fair enough.
I say 7 out of 10. Too much water.
Yeah, that too. You know what they
that's
say? You
another
can't spell ignorant without IGN.
Mm,
Oh,
wow, that's messed up.
alrighty. Anybody?
But I stand to IGN's review on that Pokemon game. I think it also had too much water, but there's a good reason for this, so it's okay.
The water is fine. I think the thing with IGN that really pisses me off sometimes is when I'm reading a review from them or I'm watching a review from them and everything in the review is verbatim what's in the press release that I got last night. So I'm like, wait, how did they play this game? I mean, I know I got my copy last night. How did they get it in time to finish it, even though no one else did? And also, it's exactly word for word what's in the press release. This makes no sense to me.
I mean, it's sometimes you have to understand that games journalism also is a form of marketing, so that the games journalists often have to repeat the marketing points verbatim anyway. That's just normal. That's
You don't
sometimes
have
how it
to.
goes. I mean, you
You can
don't have to, but it
not
makes
do
your
it.
job a lot more easier, and it makes you look a little bit better in the eyes of a publisher because you focus on the points that the publisher focused on. So you're basically just pleasing them in that way. It's not a good way of doing it, and I don't agree with that, but
Mhm.
it's how they do it, you know? It's how the publisher is pleased, and these people live from the fact that they get their review copies, you know? If they
Mhm.
don't get their review copies, then they have to buy the game and have to get the review in late, and then they don't get the clicks, so they can't survive. So from an economic standpoint, I understand why they're doing it. It's still shitty, but you know, somebody has to keep the lights on, right?
Can you guys trust? Do you guys trust any major review site?
No.
No.
Except mine, of course, right?
I don't-
mean, you guys trust me.
I don't
I
trust
trust
companies. I don't
YouTube
trust
channels.
companies in general. So
Hmm.
Real quick, I have to go. My nephew is here. Hey, say hi,
Oh.
Anthony.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, Anthony.
Hello.
And real quick to a guy's name Asbel Lant in the chat, he was asking me when my Kotamine video is going to be done. I'm remaking part 1, and it's going to be a lot better, hopefully, when I get around to it. But I'm not working on it right this second. Anyways, thanks for having me. I know it's only on for a little bit, but I'll try to be back on next time.
Have fun with Anthony.
Alrighty.
Bye.
Go eat
Nice
lasagna.
day.
Alrighty. Okay. So yeah, Philip is a terrible scumbag, and nobody's gonna trust him ever again.
probably not. But you know,
Can you hear
that's,
me?
that's how it is. You burn
Like,
bridges. Yeah,
It
we
just
can
seems
hear
like
you,
that's
Riku.
gonna. It just seems like that's gonna follow him forever. Like he'll never be able to let that down.
I don't think so. Like, how you gonna? You can't get a job in any actual game journalist field without knowing that you did that, that you denied it, and they went and found more stuff. He's done. He's honestly done. But like I
Wait,
said,
didn't he get rehired?
People have short-term memory, though. I mean, these days people just forget everything in like a month. So who knows? He may actually get a job.
He won't be on the. He won't be able to show his face though. He'll probably just be
not for a while.
Again, some people made out careers out of being absolutely terrible. I mean, dark side Phil is still a thing. So
Hmm.
I mean, but just keep that in mind. Some people will keep this stupid shit going on if they actually can make something out of it. So never say never.
Okay. All right. All right. So let's move on to a main topic here.
Actually, before we do, can I just say one thing?
Go ahead.
Go play Katana Zero.
Okay.
Katana Zero. What is that?
I've never heard of that.
It's the new game that Devolver Digital published. It's basically like super hotline samurai-amy.
Oh yeah, I heard of that game. Yeah.
It's like time control, freaking action game where you can cut bullets and you get like all sorts.
Is
of
it on the
swords.
PlayStation Vita?
God.
No.
Damn, not
It's on
touching it.
the-
What I'm
it's
talking
on the
about.
Switch,
Vita
it's
for
on
life.
PC.
Oh
So,
man, I knew there was
$15.
someone on here who appreciated the Vita as much as I did.
Oh yeah,
I
PlayStation
freaking
Vita,
love the
baby.
Vita.
God. Freaking Vita. So let's talk about rather Joker is in Smash.
Yeet.
And this has drawn a lot of I guess you could say, I don't know, criticism or negative hype, or well, a lot of hype rather. That people are getting hyped that Joker is in Smash, but Persona 5 is now on Vita, but this character is being hyped to no
On
belief.
Vita or Switch?
Switch.
I mean, Snake was in Brawl.
Yeah. And there was no
And-
Metal Gear game on the thing anymore. So I don't know.
The only Metal Gear Solid game on a Nintendo anything up to that point was the original Metal Gear, and then the American-made Metal Gear that Kojima hated, and then
Wasn't
the
there a 3DS
actual
one?
sequel Kojima made, and then Ghost Babel, and that's it.
There was one on the 3DS. I believe I played that one. Metal Gear something in 3D.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Snake.
Twin Snakes was also on GameCube.
But there wasn't much,
Oh, yeah.
and let's just be real. Why is this important? I mean, there was also no Ice Climbers game lately, you know.
Yeah,
Like,
no one cares about Ice Climbers.
I mean, I care about Ice Climbers,
When
but
was
not gonna
the
lie.
last Ice Climbers game?
I think it's the thing because people care about Persona 5 so much and they want it on everything. I mean, Persona 5 Mobile, Persona 5 Toaster Edition. I mean, everything. You
it's
know,
obsession. It's typical fanboyism. They just want to have it everywhere and are a bit
And
of obsessed.
fangirlism.
Okay, yeah.
So
we
do you
need
guys
we need to
think-
find a neutral term for this.
fan person.
Stands.
10-person.
Fanisms.
So wait a minute, do you guys think that
Fanaticism.
people who are hyping Joker but haven't played Smash, are they like wrong for doing that, or is it
No,
just...
you mean haven't played Persona 5?
Yeah, I'm sorry, yeah, I haven't played Persona 5.
I mean, if they think so, I mean, they see a cool looking character, they want to go with that. You know, a lot of people say that the reason why they've played so many games is because they saw the character in Smash. So why not? If they feel that this helps, why not? It's a cross promotional thing. Just no, just do what you think is right in that case. So if you want to play Persona 5, play Persona 5.
I think if it drives more people to eventually pick up Persona 5, that's also a good thing. So, yeah.
That's it for Sony, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just think it's a little bit interesting because I thought about it and I was saying to myself, what if Reen from Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel,
My boy.
he showed up in Smash in his third, like in Cold Steel 3 look, in his Cold Steel 3 look. And would people be as hyped as they are now about Joker?
I'm gonna
Probably
be
not.
I'm gonna be biased and say
Why
yes.
is that? Well, wait, I got probably not. All right.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So why not?
Yeah, even-
Why not?
Because the series is less popular than
Yeah.
Persona. Persona has a very massive appeal. I mean, come on,
That's-
this thing it has this specific style. It has been present in everything. It's a
Benya
very established brand
Rosha
at this
named
point.
it as one of his top 5 favorite games of the year, and even he
If,
was surprised by that. So obviously, you know, it's just I don't know where I was going with this.
If they were to get a Falcom character in Smash, I think they would be better off getting Adol from Ease.
A doll from East would be cool, but I think the thing with a doll, he doesn't talk.
Oh no, he
These
looked like
games
Roy.
have been on Nintendo, so there's that. And he's basically a ginger Link. Come on now.
But
He
he
looks
doesn't
too much
talk.
like
That's
Roy.
the most important
He
thing.
doesn't
When you're in
talk.
Smash,
Barely
you gotta say
any
stuff.
of the characters talk in Smash. He fits right in.
No, they don't. Pikachu says Pikachu, and Jigglypuff says Jigglypuff. That's all you need, man. I mean, what is he gonna say? A
And
doll,
Kirby
a doll?
says Kirby.
Adol
but-
says just as
Wait,
much as
Kirby
Link
Pokemon?
does. Slash attacks.
All you have to do is grunt.
Yeah, grunts.
And yell.
There you go.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I'm actually looking through Falcom's games to see what characters would be a good fit for Smash. I don't know.
Look, as far as I'm concerned, Reen is the perfect fit. He's best character.
Oh, they
Falcon
made
has.
possible male.
You know, that's basically it. Reen is awesome character.
I like Reen more than Adol, but I would choose Adol.
Either him or Estelle, but basically, I don't know. I think everybody has a right to get hyped for a character, but I do have to look at you a certain way if you've never played the game because, like,
Oh, you
I
see that guy
remember-
running up and down?
Yeah,
Joker!
yeah.
How many
Remember that
personas
one
have you
time-
played? None.
remember that one time the guy cried for the FF remake, the
Oh,
FF7
jeez.
remake, and like never even played Final Fantasy VII?
Jesus.
That was like,
Yeah.
That doesn't
that
make
was
any
weird.
sense.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm just like, all right, you can get hyped up for everyone. You can play whatever character you want. I personally could not get hyped for a character that I didn't play the game of. Like, if I don't know, I'm trying to come up with a JRPG that I haven't played.
Like I never played. I'm gonna be honest, I never played.
Hey,
Dark
wait,
Souls.
Imagine if we
Shadow, I
got
got
the
one.
protagonist from Trails of
Have you
Cold
played
Steel. That'd be cool.
Guardians Crusade?
Guardians Crusade, nah.
What'd you say,
Okay,
Gabby?
there you go.
So imagine if we got the protagonist from Trails of Cold Steel in there.
That's Reen.
That's Reen. We've been talking about him all along.
But it's just like I would have to know who the character is to honestly be hyped about the
Yeah.
character. Like Switch owners that just own a Switch, you don't know anything about Persona 5 than what you have seen. So it's kind of like, how would you even know you even like Joker as a character? Do you even know
'Cause
he's a
he's
silent
cool.
protagonist? Like,
I mean, he looks hot.
Shadow,
Yeah,
you are
exactly, he looks
human
hot.
He
adult.
basically looks like Bayonetta's son, which everyone keeps on saying.
And when Kirby, takes his power, he gets the curly hair, and it's
Arsene.
adorable.
oh my god.
Okay, but one thing I want to say that I have said previously before. I think while Smash is all great and stuff, I think the lack of context it gives to the characters is a bit weird because while Smash is expressive and all of that, I would love if it actually goes a little bit more in depth. You know, like a lot of crossover games go a little bit more in depth to showcase the character a bit more and where they're coming and what is the context. I mean, look for example at Arc System Works when they do their fighting games with crossovers. They want to get the characters right and present something new. and I think that's one of the weaknesses of Smash, that it's only giving you a glancing look at the characters. If that makes sense to you, and I think that's one of the weaknesses why I'm not so big of a fan of it. It's just
Do you think they didn't show? Do you think they didn't do Joker justice in this?
no, that's not what I say. It's just a very it's just a very close look. It's not just a deep look. It just gives you a very broad spectrum. And while it is not a bad look, it's just a limited view on what you get. And Joker is a little bit easier because it's a character that you basically define yourself for a while, so it's not that big of a deal. But for other characters, I mean, some of the Fire Emblem characters, for example, they are presented a little bit, simplistic. Like they lose a lot of their depth that they have.
Well, it's like it's just a fighting game.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
not
yes,
so
that's a
much
fighting game. I mean,
context.
that's why I don't have a problem with it. It's just one of the things that just other fighting games do that too, and they want to give more depth to the characters. That's what I'm saying.
All right.
I mean,
I've
it's
always
follow.
thought that if no character in a Smash roster should be on the Smash roster if they haven't had a game within like a decade.
no, they can have every character they want.
I know,
don't
but if
want-
that was a rule, we'd get another F-Zero game.
I mean, yes, okay. I understand it from that perspective.
I think what Nightmare more so is comparing it to is like how Negan is portrayed in, I think what Tekken is.
Yeah,
the one
Tekken.
he's in?
Yeah.
Yeah, because like Negan says like lines that he has from the show. He looks the exact same. He's portrayed as this like badass still.
Yeah.
And then you go to Smash and it's like you have Joker and he's the closest. Probably because Atlas is so strict on the way that he's portrayed. But the other characters, yeah, I do agree. They're kind of not portrayed well.
It's a bit flat, so to speak. It's not that it's wrong. It just it lacks a bit of nuance and depth for the character that and that comes with the nature of Smash, I guess, because Smash is a great game. I think so, but
My
I've
question
never
is,
heard anyone
who's the most
critique
deep character in Smash games? Like Nintendo characters, they're really just
yeah. And the most Nintendo
One-dimensional.
characters aren't that
Master
deep.
Hand.
That's it.
Master
Master
Hand.
Master Hand. Okay. No, but
Well, I mean, just like in the original Smash.
I don't
It was like
know. I
Master
really
Hand
don't
was
think you should be
one-
expecting that from Smash.
I don't expect it from it. It's just one of these
mean, when
things
you-
that I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm just
Compared to
saying
other
when you,
games
when you,
that I've
when
played,
you
you
mention
know?
it, it sounds like you're expecting it.
No, I don't expect it. I just say that's one of the parts of Smash, and it's not something that just fits with me, and it's something that I have seen in other fighting games. And Smash is not other fighting games; it's Smash. It's
It's a party
different by
fighter.
default. That's
I actually
the
like
point.
when I actually like when they like kind of depart from the characters they are to like make them fit more in a fighting game. Like for instance, freaking Ace Attorney and Marvel's Capcom. I thought that was pretty cool.
I mean, you have to do something with that if you want to have a character that's usually not in the combat kind of style.
Yeah.
Do that something like that. So yeah, I understand this, but it's still in the style of a character. It still doesn't betray the character from that perspective. So
okay. All right. I don't look at that in my Smash game. I just look to fight in the characters, and that's
okay too. You're not wrong with that.
Smash is fan service basically. It's just like, for example, for years Soul Calibur has had characters from a lot of cameo characters coming from all
Yeah.
sorts of different things in there. It's fan service. You get a character in a game that is from something else, and people who are fans of that other thing potentially will pick up that game. It's basically trying to drive.
GameCube version of
sales.
Soul Calibur 2 sold like bangers.
Yeah, there was Link in there. Oh man, GameCube Soul Calibur was amazing. But yeah, it's all good. I mean, I'm good with Joker being in there, and if someone likes Joker, even if they haven't played Persona 5, I don't see an issue with that. I mean, if they like the character and they think he's cool, and potentially if they pick up Persona 5, then that's also even better because of the fact that that they now get to understand why he's such a cool character, other than his looks or whatever have you.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's the thing.
so wait a minute. For you guys, can you get hyped for a character you know nothing about?
I
Yes,
don't
of
play
course.
Smash.
It's possible. I
I
have
don't play
seen
Smash
that.
either.
Nope.
I mean, I think from that perspective, I go through a lot of image material every day for reasons we're not talking about, and I see a lot of interesting character designs, and I'm like, hey, that looks pretty interesting. Where is this from? Google search. Oh, where is this from? Let's take a look. And you can get some new inspiration, some new interesting things you can look forward to. And I think that's a good thing. If you see something that you like, just research it and see what it is. And if it leads to something new and exciting, then that's great. That's a great experience.
Therefore, you're hyped.
Yes, why not?
I find it hard to get hyped for anything these days. Everything just
I know. See. Okay, I have to say this. I know that especially in the gaming community, we are often very cynical people because we've seen it all, and I know this. But I have learned something very important, that if you still want to have some fun, you need to get rid of this. You need to get the exciting back. I'm rediscovering a little bit of that every day, and it's great because it allows you to be a little bit better. You can still be a cynical bastard every day. I'm still a cynical bastard every day, but I'm less unhappy with my life because I just get hyped a bit more.
I can't get like overly crazy hype for a character I've never ever seen before. Yeah, sure. Do they look cool? To me, yeah, that's probably a reason that I might want to play them. But like to go crazy about it, like some of these Switch fanboys do, it's just it's beyond me.
On the other side, have you seen what artists do? I mean, I see a lot of artists that see, oh, that's a cool character, let me draw this, and they get pretty hyped about this, even if they haven't played the game. They look up some stuff and they say, that's interesting.
I've seen a lot of art of just Joker and Bayonetta and Kirby like being a little family. I don't care if the artist hasn't played any of those games. It's adorable.
Yeah, adorable beats anything.
Okay,
Love it. I love the Kirby / Joker fan art. It's great.
I know. He has a tiny gun.
It's great.
Babies with guns.
SMT fan said, shout out, the difference between you and the Switch fanboys is you're not a 13-year-old child.
Oh, that's a bit one-sided.
Human. I mean, how many people are buying Switches for their kids? I mean, a Switch is not a very like robust platform. I mean, that's easy to break. I mean, you're buying that for an adult, or if your kid is playing that, you're playing it too. So
yeah, but I mean, it's Nintendo.
I mean, Nintendo's kind of big. I think Nintendo and Sony have switched places. Sony's now the kid-friendly platform, and Nintendo's the real hardcore. It's all good.
Okay, I mean, if you think that, I don't.
I mean, Sony's the one censoring shit. So, like, I'm just saying, right?
Oh, yeah, I mean that's censoring Japanese stuff.
I'm expecting Barney the Dinosaur on Sony soon. I'm just saying, Barney the Dinosaur PlayStation Edition.
I don't know if they make a good if they make a good JRPG out of it, I buy that.
Okay, so since we're on the subject of Smash, have you guys seen some of the crazy Smash stage create stuff that people have?
Crazy.
Yeah, a bunch of perverts.
As usual. Come on. If you give the people the tool to draw a penis, they will draw a penis.
And
it's normal.
Or an anime girl who shakes her butt.
Yeah.
Or a furry that shakes his butt.
To be fair, that was actually one of the better drawn ones I've seen. I don't know how the stage editor in Smash works. I don't have Smash. I don't really care about it, but that was impressive. Just how accurate they actually got that to look. That was impressive.
I mean, like, I feel like if you give people too much, they will literally take advantage of it. Like, I'm looking at this stuff, I'm like, what the fuck? Yo, you people are crazy. Who sits here and makes this stuff for like hours on end? Probably. No, actually not for hours, because this just dropped. So these people are just quick on their feet, like some of these artists are.
They want to go viral, man.
Again, you haven't
You
played
gotta
enough.
appreciate the tenacity.
You haven't played Minecraft for a long time. Apparently, it's just classic. I'm used to this shit. I'm just it's totally normal. What's not nice, of course, is that Nintendo actually cracked down on some of these tweets. That was actually pretty shitty.
So wait a minute, do you guys think this is the reason like Nintendo is so strict on their online policy? Because if you give people something like this, they take advantage of it. And if you give people like voice chat, there's gonna be people just completely assholes.
I mean, that's nothing new. I mean, we have experienced that for a long time in other places. I mean, I had crazy experiences in voice chats over the years, like really asshole-ish people and crazy people. I mean, maybe Nintendo just want to get the least possible conflict potential here, and that's okay because that's understandable. They want to sell a product, and the least amount of conflict you have in a product, the higher of a chance that somebody picks it up. At least from this perspective that they have, it appeals to a larger market. In that sense, it's safer. It's not great or the best, but it makes sense to do that.
So why isn't anybody getting mad at Nintendo for cracking down on this?
There are people getting mad about this. There's always somebody getting mad about this. But the point is, they have a specific kind of product identity in mind. They want to be not seen as the lewd thing. They don't want to get targeted by this.
They allowing a whole bunch of like visual novels,
Chronicles, man.
Yeah, lewd games on their platform with no censorship and stuff like that. Why are they getting rid of this stuff?
Simple, because this is creators' intent, and this and you see that Smash is presented to be something different. This is something they have more control over. Third-party stuff is a little bit more different than
they could say like, "Oh, we don't want this game on our platform."
There's a difference.
That's not the point.
That's not the point. There's a difference between what for example, like what Nightmare's saying and for what Shadow's saying. The thing is that yeah, they can take it down, yes, that's fine and all that kind of stuff, but the difference between the game itself and content that people are making in games, like for example, when you make a game that's rated M or whatever have you, it's already rated. Like Nintendo's parental control feature on the Switch, you can switch that on and your kids can access the M-rated game. The entire game is M-rated.
Yes.
But then when you have a game that is Smash, which is rated for kids, and then you have mature content in there, then that's a problem. So I think it's because of the rating of the game itself, not the fact that the content is not fitting the rating of the game, and that's just basically it.
That's also one of the reasons why some people. This is basically branding control. It's very important to give this a product identity and to keep it clean and sharp. It's okay if you make some fan art or something like that, but the point is that this kind of thing gets somewhere, and Nintendo just want to be on the safe side to not have this kind of problem, because this can actually change ratings, and having ratings changed after the fact is often very costly. So they don't want to deal with that.
I've always seen the disclaimer: online interactions not rated by the ESRB.
Interesting.
Yeah, but that's true. But that's also one of these problems. They don't want that. They change that because this is one of the things that the ESRB is always a little bit. They might want to do that sooner or later, and that kind of has negative consequences because it's part of the experience. It's part of a medium. It's technically part of a text, so it has to be judged as well. So if people behave shitty in your community, this can reflect very badly on your ratings. So that's not a good thing for these companies in that space. You know,
it's also first party for Nintendo. Nintendo themselves, I mean, yeah, they're allowing mature games on their platform, but their games aren't the mature games. They're allowing them on the platform, which is the Switch or whatever have you. But Nintendo themselves aren't making mature games.
Yes,
you know, so that's also that too. The Nintendo brand is supposed to be safe-ish, I guess.
Yeah, safe-ish. I'm about to say.
Ish.
All right.
Until you go on the internet and actually look at pictures of their characters, and then you get all sorts of.
Have you guys been into the what do you call it? Xenoblade Chronicles 2 fan art stuff? Good stuff.
I mean, yeah, there's some real good stuff out there. I like that.
Can I say something controversial just real quickly?
Go ahead.
I really hate Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Oh, the man of the podcast. Kick him off. Kick him off.
Delete him. He's not the only one though, because I didn't like it either.
Oh my God.
Gab,
Gab, you're
I've never played it, and I have no desire to.
So you don't want to
get past the Welsh voice acting, and then I switched to Japanese, and it was still bad.
Really?
So
really?
Like,
the Welsh is what gets you? Okay.
And just like the characters are just the main character looks like a 12-year-old boy that hasn't hit puberty yet, and I just couldn't handle it.
So you want to objectify the 12-year-old boy character? Is that what you're doing?
No, he was just terrible and annoying, and the the graphics.
See, I haven't played it, so because of that, I leave my opinion out of here. But what let's say that what I have seen is not very compelling to me, but I wouldn't say I hate it. I just say if I know the context, I probably can look at it better.
So hold
But
on,
I'm
wait,
not-
oh, 1 second. Let me get Hoodley here one-on-one for a second.
Mhm.
Boy.
Why exactly you don't want to give it a shot, man? What's going on? What do you see that's so against your I guess moral compass or preferences?
Well, I mean, I don't really have much of a moral compass aside from try not to hit people. But
That's a very loose sense of morals.
I mean, yeah. But I mean, I'm a pacifist, so whatever. Like the main reason I don't want to play it is because I've played the first game.
Okay, all right. So you
And
Oh,
played
wait! You don't even want to play? You haven't played it yet, and you're hating on
No.
it? Despicable!
Because I've seen videos, I've seen the presentation. It looks like just anime game number
man.
5,685,309.
I have to
don't
say
care.
it looks it looks really a bit too much on the generic anime side, you know, like put all anime tropes in one space, and there's a good reason. I mean, come on, they really have I haven't even reached my final form thing in there. It's like I
And also,
understand why people might be a little bit on it.
So wait a minute, like you even watched the game?
Wait a
Hoodley
second.
and- What happened?
Wait a second. Saying 248. Are you talking to me? In the chat. Someone's in the chat.
You need to play that damn game. Is that what you're getting at? That was the one.
No, but no, like I was considering it, but then there's one specific thing that just annoys me to the point
Okay,
that I will never
what
play
is it?
it.
What is
And
it?
it's that when you're like in the blade menu or whatever you call it, when you hover over a character and you know like the art appears on the side of the screen,
Okay.
none of them are by the same artist.
Yeah, but
And that just annoys me.
Wow.
okay, I understand. I understand that.
Because
Okay,
I can't-
it
I can't
feels
get
like
you
you
on
just
that
had
one.
a bunch of
That's your
different people be
Yeah,
like,
I
hey,
didn't
draw
like the battle
something that'll
system on it
appeal
either.
to someone. And it feels like they went for more quantity over quality.
I
And
want
the
to say
lack of consistency just bothers me. And that one bunny girl with the big tits and the
Don't be hating on
and the
Dahlia like that.
cow.
Whoa.
I hate her
Right?
design.
This
I just hate her
you know
design.
what? You know
I
what?
know
right?
what-
If we were in the same room, there would be fighting right now.
Well, you win.
I'm
I'm
just
the
saying.
pacifist. I'm not gonna hit you.
Hey,
But
you'd
I
be the pacifist. I would not be. I mean, come on, man.
See, I understand where this is coming from because it has the same problem as some mobile games I have seen some gacha games, that they just give the artist, so make this character like this, and they have very much freedom and can decide the style on their own. You know, we have seen that in some games. I mean, people have played like Fate Grand Order, and Fate Grand Order has a similar issue. Where the characters are basically designed by the creators, by the artists. They just say, research this character. You can do basically design tech from a design standpoint, whatever you want, and you get this. And that's like, I see where this is going because this gives the artist a lot of freedom. But of course, this is a problem for the consistency of the art in the final game. So I see where this is coming from. But I think this is actually great for the artists to express themselves. So I see this from that perspective. But yeah, I can see your point. I really understand
it's
it.
just, I'm an artist, and just that complete lack of consistency, along with the fact that some of the designs are just really
We
stupid.
need to lock this guy in a room
I
with
I
Chronicles
never want to play it ever.
I mean, if you could travel in a floating bathtub, wouldn't you do that? I would do that.
no, because
I
I
would.
take showers. I don't take baths. Why would I have a bathtub? Why is it floating?
He has a comeback for everything. It's just like, this is why I hate this game, and I have 50 million reasons why this game sucks. You know,
Hey, he's got his opinions. I can't blame him on that. All right, he's cool. He's cool.
I'd say we lock him in a room with the game, and it's all he has to play for like a year, and then he plays it, and then he comes back out like he's
pretty
seen
sure
the
it's
life and everything.
And also, sorry about all the alsos, and just I'm sorry for just bringing this up out of nowhere, but I just want to bring up this one thing. Your equipment doesn't change when you equip new stuff. Like you had that in a Wii game from 2011, but you can't have that in a Switch game from 2000.
That's true. He got a point there.
I can see why they don't do it, because you end up looking like really janky. Like a lot of your costumes.
Your
look
character
pretty
was
ugly.
ugly.
Yeah,
to
but it
begin
was
with.
so cool.
Aesthetically, it was.
You could
it
put
was
glasses
pretty.
on everyone.
I like when they
Yeah,
build the weapons
what?
nowadays more so than the whole outfit.
I mean, if I learned anything from Tales of Berseria Let's Plays that I watched, that some certain people who's also sometimes part of this podcast does, everything is better with sunglasses, man.
That's
Everything
true.
is better
That's
with sunglasses. It looks amazing.
That just
Got a
gave me
minute.
an
No, they're
idea
just
for a
like
video.
normal glasses.
And-
I just think they look neat.
All right, hold on. We gotta stop this Xenoblade Chronicles 2 slander in here. I cannot condone this.
I'm with you.
I know. I'm sorry. I just
Mhm.
I wanted to say that because if this
Don't
is
be
my
mean to
only
Skylar.
opportunity to be on this podcast, I wanted to say that and hear your reactions.
You guys are
You know,
just
like when
mean.
you watch a movie, like a really black movie, and there's like this anti character who's like big and stuff, and she's like, no, how dare you talk about Xenoblade? So Jesus, hold me back. That's basically me right now.
A Tyler Perry movie?
Oh
gotta
god.
get
I
away.
will say that guy with the crown wrapped around his head, he looks cool. I'll
What
give
about
you,
the
I'll give you that.
bathtub
That guy
girl?
looks
She was
neat.
dope.
Hey, all the waifus in Xenoblade Chronicle has love, man. They got love. It's all about the waifus.
About the ab girl with the big arms.
Mhm.
Oh, she's great. I'm that's why.
All right, I'm sorry for going off on this tangent.
I hate
Well,
Xenoblade
I have to
Chronicles.
bring that up
I-
sometime.
It's okay.
I
It's
have to
alright.
make I have to make one final point. Go and subscribe to Westtown HD on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Does,
You know,
does
if I-
hate Xenoblade?
That's very that's where I got my Let's Play footage from Tales of Berseria. Go where Blake is a good boy.
Yeah, he's good people.
Shout out to Blake. All right, yeah, man. He couldn't be here today, but shout out to him now.
Hmm.
All righty,
Awesome
guys.
lasagna.
Just those Xenoblade Chronicles 2 lies out the way. Let's let's
Hey,
move
it
on.
can't be a lie if it's not a fact in the first place.
Yeah, I know. I'm messing around, dude. All right, let's go on to a game I haven't played, but I've seen a whole bunch of people play it, and people have been really, I guess you could say, on one side of the fence on this one. Let's talk about Sekiro for a little bit.
Sekiro.
Okay, so it's called Sekiro. Is that it?
No, it's called
Sekiro. And
Sekiro.
HCN248, please stop using my actual name.
Oh wow.
Huh?
Mm.
Yeah, Sekiro.
Okay.
Okay, so Sekiro. Okay.
Fuck you all.
I can't say this, right?
Can you
Let's just
stop
call it
making
Shakira.
can you
Can you
stop
pronounce
making
that
fun of
correctly?
this accent, please? Just
All right. Let me live. Okay, so the game seems to be a little bit on the hard side. You know, if I was to play it, I wouldn't have any trouble with it because I'm a JRPG god.
Can we see a Shadow Sekiro
Uh,
stream?
People got to donate for that one. I don't know. I can't be going out getting games like that.
Hit him up.
But so the game is really hard, and people are talking about the game having a easy mode. So we all know that From Software games are notorious for being hard, challenging the player to think and to really get over the obstacle that is ahead of them, you know, using the mechanics of the game and stuff like that. So do you guys think, for the people that are asking for an easy mode, that that's warranted to add an easy mode to this game, even though we know the creators wanted the game to be this hard? Riku, you got anything to say about this?
As far as people asking for an easy mode, honestly, I don't know if you've watched this video, but it was by, what's that chubby dude that makes 1,000?
There are a lot of chubby dudes on YouTube. You have to be a little bit more precise.
Yeah, it
Are
wasn't.
you talking about this guy who's
Jim
always angry
Sterling.
and stuff?
That's what I'm
Oh,
You're
okay,
talking about my boy Jim. I know you.
Okay,
yes,
Jimmy.
Jim Sterling. My opinion on that whole give it an easy mode thing, it kind of is on the same side as him. To which in where he said, if they decided to add an easy mode, I personally wouldn't care. I wouldn't touch it. I would play it on the mode it was intending on playing. But to bring in people who are afraid of playing the game to play it, to just play it, go ahead. I mean, at the end of the day, from a financial standpoint, people to play your game is only good for the game. So, maybe eventually when those people, let's say someone buys the game because they see that it looks fun, right? And they just like how it looks. They maybe they're into the Sengoku era and whatnot, but they're not really that skilled at the game. So they put it on easy mode and they play it. And let's say they beat the whole game on easy mode, they fucking loved it. And they want to play the game again, but they want to challenge themselves this time. So they actually do put it on the quote unquote normal mode that the game was intended on, to be played on. And then they play it on there. And maybe they do, die a couple times, but since they already played through the game on easy mode, they have some sort of experience with the game. And maybe they will actually start playing the game that it was, originally intended to be played, the way it should be played. And then when their next game comes out, maybe he will be confident enough to start on the difficulty that is intended, that it was intended to. I know I do this when it comes to a new game, a new franchise that I play. If it's a new franchise that I've never played before, most of the time I put it on normal mode. And then when I beat the game, I'll put it on hard, and I'll do all of that stuff. And then when the sequel comes out, I'll go to hard mode because I've played the previous game. This one is most likely going to be just like that one, and I go to hard. So I do that also. So I know a lot of people that do that. So I think having an easy mode in there isn't something that should be looked down upon. If you're not going to use it, then don't use it. But it shouldn't be this like.
Souls, you got anything to say about this one?
I just think that obviously it wouldn't be a big deal if they added easy mode, and they would definitely attract a lot more customers. But if they do, it just seems like it obviously wouldn't take away from the game because you could play it, like Riku said, on the normal mode that was intended, but it would kind of like make it like it would take away their flavor, their essence to what makes their games what they are today. And it's kind of like you are taking like their special recipe, their special sauce away. I don't know. That's just how I look at it.
Okay. Nightmare, you gonna say something?
Well, I say the people. I think options would be nice. That's what I would like to see. I like options. I like changing things. Giving multipliers. There is some good options. Like a little bit more customizability. Something that makes it more easy on this level. Something that makes it more harder on that level. I think the importance is these games are already very defined by the challenge runs. And for some. And I think if we have some customizable options in these games to modify a little bit how the game works, we could actually have some interesting. You could build a customizable easy mode. You say, the game's a little bit too fast. Let's just slow it down a bit. Or if you want to have it a little bit harder, make it faster, make higher reaction times, have more healing items or less healing items, make it a little bit more. This is really good for the idea of making it challenging, but also easier, because some people like it to have it punishingly hard to the point that it's ridiculous, and some like it a little bit easier. And I think with the fact that we have mods for that, I think that's also a good thing. Can decide on your own. There's a lot of options here, and options are never a bad thing.
Sure.
So that's how I see it. And it's like easy modes don't make games bad. And yes, From Software likes their games how they are, but they often offer specific strategies and alternatives for their gameplay style anyway. I mean, if you're bad at the combat, use the stealth system. If you're bad at the stealth, use the combat system. There are many options here,
Okay.
It's just
Gab, you got anything to say on this one?
Well, I'm kind of conflicted because on one hand, I like the idea of more people being able to play and enjoy it. But on the other hand, I think a lot of people were making it a bigger issue than it really was, because they've been doing this hard games for a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
And only now in 2019 have people started to come out and say, well, this is inaccessibility in gaming. But where were you saying that like 5 years ago, or have you been saying this forever? You know what I mean?
Okay. Q and Hoodley, you guys got a take on this one?
I'm gonna go with Nightmare on this one. It's more accessibility is always bad. I don't think it's ever wrong to say, well, here's what I'm not gonna make this for more people, and it works out for the developers as well, because if more people buy your game, I mean, there's the likelihood of you making more money, and then you could potentially make more games, and which also works out for the fans, because if a game sells well, then you get a sequel. So I think at the end of the day, with something like Sekiro, I mean, I've not played it yet. And partially it's because of the fact that I suck at Souls games. But if it's easier, who knows? I may pick it up. I may get into it. I may be like, oh.
Hey, bud, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not easier. It's not easier.
Well, I'm saying if they make an
I tell
easy
you
mode,
what, it
if they
is different. So since it is different, some may consider it actually easier than Souls, but coming off of Souls, you may even think it's harder. But since you say you have not played Souls games to begin with, if you have played Tenchu,
I played Neo, and Neo was amazing.
Yeah, this is I personally prefer Neo over Sekiro. But Sekiro definitely has a lot of things that it does better than Neo and vice versa. But yeah, none of your Neo skills are going to carry over to this either.
I'm gonna die.
I say give because it is definitely different from every single game that it's being compared to, unless you've played Tenchu in the past.
Tenchu's great.
Yeah, because obviously this was obviously going to be a spiritual successor to Tenchu. So if you have played Tenchu, your Tenchu skills might move over, but none of your Soul skills, none of your Neo skills.
Okay. Hoodley, you got anything you want to add to this combo, or?
Well, I feel like before I do give my 2 cents, I should probably say I don't really like Dark Souls. I've tried them before.
What do you like?
They're just not for me. I like
Escape.
Bloodborne. Bloodborne's good. I like games that take inspiration from Dark Souls. I like Titan Souls. I thought that was pretty good. But I've tried Dark Souls before, and I just realized that when I talk, my actual name appears in the little spot, in a little row thing. I need to figure out how to fix that.
And let me guess.
Do you not like that?
In your Google Gmail settings.
Yeah, you can change that there.
So
I'll do that later.
Yeah.
Later.
So
Don't worry.
But it's mostly just because the kind of challenge that I like, I don't get from Dark Souls because I just don't like how they play. I've tried them. I don't really like them. I don't really want to play them again because I just don't like them. But I also really like games. I can see why people like them, but they're just not for me. I just don't get what I want out of a game from Dark Souls, especially when it comes to difficulty. Bloodborne is just more my style, and if we're talking like the kind of thing I want in a challenging game, I would go with games like Katana Zero or Super Meat Boy or Hotline Miami, just like where it's super fast and stuff like that. So that's the kind of difficulty I like. And if, creators want to make a game like that, I'll probably really like that. If they want to put in easy mode to make it so like there are less enemies, or you have like more time on a stage, more time between enemy reactions, just whatever they want to do to alter the kind of challenge that they present, then that's fine. I'll just play it however I want. And if it's not, like the super most hardcore epic gamer mode possible, then who cares? I bought it. I'm spending my time on it. I should be able to dictate how I want to play it, within the limits of what they wanted. So I don't really think it's that big a deal if they ever did include an easy mode. I think it could still be hard. It would just be reasonable to people who aren't really, I guess, experienced with the kind of challenge that those games present, if that makes any sense.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna give my 2 cents on this whole thing. Listen, if you're getting your ass kicked by a game, you need to get good or get the and I'm not even saying that to be funny. These developers, they made this game with the intent of being hard. So when you should have done your research on this game beforehand. There's never been a time in which I've played a game at any point in my life that I ever asked for easy mode. I just said to myself, even from a young age, that I need to get good or I should just stop playing this game. I don't think Shakiro, whatever, shut up.
Whatever, shut up.
Should have an easy mode at all. Okay. I think that takes away from the notoriety of the game. If Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne had an easy mode, no one would consider it one of the hardest JRPGs out there, because everybody who played it would have just said, okay, this is too hard. Let me just start over again on easy or switch the game to easy. It's notoriously hard because you don't have the choice to be on easy. Once you give a choice out there, you're breaking the overall scope or just look of the game that's the developers are looking at to make it like.
I mean, they have a normal mode.
I mean,
Or
yeah,
a
they
hard
have a
mode.
normal. They have a normal in Nocturne. There's a normal and a hard mode. But I'm hearing even on normal, the game is still one of the hardest JRPGs out there. If you added easy to that, I have a hard time believing it would still be at that level of notoriety.
Hey, I got a question. You think if we had all this social media and all this stuff now, you think people would have been asking about that back for when Nocturne came out?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think so. Yeah, people like I've come to this realization, and I could be wrong, that gamers are terrible at games. That most of the games they play, and they can't
Expose themselves.
yeah, they can't admit when, hey, I need to honestly figure out a different way, a different approach. There's a YouTuber out there. I'm not going to say his name. I don't think he even watched this. I don't think he even cares. But he was playing Sekiro, whatever, and he just cannot learn from his mistakes at all. And
I
it's
think
like,
I know who you're talking about.
yeah,
I do too.
Someone fill me in.
yeah. His name is Kid Smooth, but I don't know.
But to be fair, I've been cheering him on. Like I love like watching him play.
Yeah, I've
been making it through.
I'd be cheering him too. I want him to pass it, but like he's just not good at the game. So you should just not play the game if it's not for you. That's all I'm saying. Don't ask developers to change what they made. If the game's not for you, move on. I got no problem not playing Sekiro, whatever. I got no problem with not playing. I'm not gonna
Shadow. Calm down.
Yes.
Okay, I can't. I'm just saying.
Calm down. Turn it up, man. On your podcast. Tell them how it is. If you can't handle Sekiro, get the fuck out. No.
We're just a bit concerned. That's all.
I just don't like.
I agree with Shadow. I agree with you, Shadow.
Come on, it's just in the end.
They don't want to put an easy mode. It's not like they have to.
Yeah,
there are plenty of people who already like their games, so why bother?
Listen to those people. Yeah, exactly. They already got stuff that works. You don't have to listen to these people saying that. Oh, it's so hard. I can't get through it. Just people with disabilities can get through it.
Yeah, we've seen the video.
Exactly. So it's like, I just need to get good, or the game's not for you. That's it.
I'd love to see the people who complain about people complaining about an easy mode in Sekiro to play Shin Megami Tensei 3. Like just to see how they react to that kind of difficulty.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just think that'd be neat.
Gamers are soft. The majority of gamers, I believe this. Gamers are soft. They can't admit to when they're wrong. They can't admit to when they're when they get killed in the game that it's their fault, and they just want to they just want a quick fix for it.
It's always the game's fault though, but because
it's always the game fault, or the game was lagging, or like how you shoot me first. Like, nah, man, maybe you just suck. How about that?
If they did put easy mode, I wonder how would you feel after beating it on that mode?
justified.
I mean, it depends what you want out of the game. If you wanted the story and you saw the story, then you probably got what you wanted. So who cares?
I'm letting you guys know. Like for example, right? I was playing Mortal Kombat. What's the one before 11? 10? I spent 10 the other day, right? Because I was babysitting for I was taking care of a cat over the last weekend, right? And I carried my PS4 with me, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna play some games and stuff like that. And I had Mortal Kombat since Christmas because I picked it up on a sale, and I was like, you know what? Let me play some Mortal Kombat. I put that in. I'm like, let me see the story because 11's coming up. Maybe I want to pick up 11. And I start playing the game, and I get through all the stages. I beat everyone, and I get to the last guy. I'm playing with the character I hate. I don't really like Cassie, whoever's her name, Cassie Cage. Yeah. And I don't know half her moves, but she's the character you have to play against the last guy, and I keep losing to him. But then there's the skip option. You could skip the fight and just see the ending cutscene. You know what I did? I skipped the fight, watched the ending cutscene. I was like, I feel good. So you know what? Easy is fine for me. You know, I mean, if I can skip something, it depends on the game, though, and it depends on the context. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna skip anything in like a Persona because I mean, then I'd fail myself and I'd have to throw myself in a bin. But you know, something like Sekiro to a certain extent, if there is an easy mode, I mean, I understand that, yeah, it does lose some of its charm. The sort of like, ooh, only the most elite can finish this game. It's so magnificent. But the thing is that at the end of the day as well, it doesn't hurt my experience with the game if other people play. If I play a game on hard and other people play it on easy, it doesn't hurt my experience with it being on having an easy mode or something like that. And I understand where you're coming from, Shadow. I really do. I understand, sometimes it feels so good to have that game where it's just like it has a notoriety with it where basically it's like it's really, really tough, and people like that because it's tough. Games like Cuphead, for example, Cuphead is just tough. I will never pick up Cuphead. I'm telling you guys, no, I will never buy that game. But if they made it
at
easy
least
for
listen to
Cuphead,
the soundtrack.
if there's an easy mode, I'll buy the game. That's it. It's basically it for me. If there's an easy mode in Cuphead,
CQ, you know exactly.
And that's what I wasn't that isn't that what I said earlier. So I have a question for you. So if they did, let's say they did add an easy mode to Cuphead, right? And you picked it up and you played it, and it was still kind of challenging, but good enough for you to make progress. You're stuck and getting frustrated, but you're making progress, and you get good at the game, and you beat the game. Would you be confident enough to go and play it again on the original mode that it was intended to?
I'm gonna
hell
say
yeah. Hell yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. You're turning, instead of like what's the word I'm looking for? Excluding people that don't want to play on that difficulty at first. Why don't you just build these people up to that, skill? And then that's what
Dungeon Fighter Online does.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I personally say don't mind if an easy mode is in there, because at the end of the day, you're turning people who aren't necessarily at that skill level and they know it into that skill level in the future. So
a lot of people think like that. A lot of people would just be like, "Oh, I beat the game," even though I do.
Yeah, see those people. Yeah, there's obviously those people out there too. Yeah, I beat the game. I'm a part, right? Yeah. What'd you play on again?
They don't matter. I mean, whatever they say doesn't matter, right? It's just like
I'm just saying when it comes to those people, I'll talk to them about the story, but
yes,
that's
not
about
it. When they start like, "Oh man, I did this amazing."
Yeah, it was so
stuff.
easy. Yeah, that game's nothing. Yeah, when they start talking like that, then we have some issues.
I don't know if you can get no bragging rights now. Come on.
Yeah, no bragging rights as far as that, but we could talk about the story and the characters and all that other stuff.
It's pretty much that. There's a game I'm playing right now called Metagal. Right, it's like a Mega Man.
Hey, I actually got that.
It's
on
really
the Vita,
good.
baby.
It's on the Vita. It's on PlayStation 4, and if you get a PS4 version, it's on Vita, so you can play it on the Vita and PS4 at the same time. Just letting y'all know that the love. But so it's cross-buy. But the thing is that it's like Mega Man, and it's actually pretty tough. Like there are some stages in that game where it's like, holy crap, what did they make here? And I'm getting through the stage with all F ratings, right? I know when I'm finished with this game and I have all the abilities and I know how, and I get my timing down, I'm going back for a second run. I got to get me an A rating. No, I'll be bragging with an F rating. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I understand where you're coming from, Shadow. As far as like, if the game's not for you, then get good or get the fuck out. But I mean, some people just have different ways of getting good, and sometimes starting on the easier difficulty and then going back when they're comfortable is their process to getting good. But
if you want your game to be known as a really tough and challenging game, and you give the option of the easy mode, it lessens that challenge of the game overall to people.
Oh no, I completely agree with that. So if you're trying to give off that this game is hard, I can't. I don't know the word.
We live in a modern time. Yeah. People are gonna patch this thing. Like if people really want to play the game, they're gonna patch it, and then they're gonna be like, "Oh, it's easy."
Just like what the PC guys are doing.
Yeah, patch that shit.
It's also kind of the question though: is the game, like, if it had an easy mode, is the game story worth it, and is the game any good without it being as difficult as it is? Do you guys think, like, for the ones who played it, do you think the story is like worth so bad that you need to play it on easy mode, or like what's up?
I think the story and everything else that the game has going on is still a good game, even if you weren't like ripping your hair out challenged by it.
Okay.
Because there was a certain point where I did lose my save in Sekiro, and I had to pull it off of the cloud, and it threw me back like 3 days. 3 days prior to where I was. Not 3 days worth of fucking playtime, but you just 3 days ago from where I was, and it was a decent amount of stuff that I had to go back through. But since I knew where to go and how to beat everyone, it felt pretty easy to me. But I was having more fun, going through that than I did my first time. Obviously I was frustrated and didn't know what the fuck to do. But that second time doing it, since it was easier to me, since I already knew what I was doing, but nonetheless it was easier, I was having more fun. And I was, looking at other stuff that the game had to offer, like, the visuals and this and that, because I didn't really have to focus on, oh God, is this guy gonna fucking, do I have to deflect? Do I have to do this? Where the fuck do I go? Oh God, I'm dead again for the 5th time. Yeah, so I think the game definitely still has a lot going for it, other than, it isn't one of those games where it's hiding behind its difficulty as
that's what I was
its only pro. It definitely has a lot. From a Souls genre standpoint, this probably has the best story out of any Dark Souls and Neo.
I mean, probably because
Neo?
Yeah, it has a better story than Neo also. And this is someone who prefers Neo overall.
Oh yeah, I prefer Neo as well. It's magnificent. I'm just noticing that we have a lot in common. Wow. You're a magnificent person. Like, oh,
Da Vida, baby. It all started there.
Exactly.
Viva la vida.
He said, "You're magnificent."
Okay. All right.
I think I have only one last thing to say, and I say when it comes to games, I think we should take it we should take it after the motto, each according to his ability, each according to his needs. We need to take this in a very personal manner. It's not something that we can just generalize.
Oh, definitely not. No.
And that's and I think that everybody has to find their own way there, so to speak.
Okay.
And I think that's better than just making these sweeping statements. We can take this from how I want, and if you want to be challenged, okay. If you want to play Dark Souls with a shield, that's also okay. I'm not judging. I'm just saying you might have a better time, and you just leave the shield at home.
And then all you got to do as far as these games
once. The
is
shield didn't do crap.
Is to put a trophy on the original mode as it was intended to be played on. So if you are running around there saying, "Yeah, I beat it,"
No platinum.
What you playing on?
Get that shit out of here.
That doesn't matter, right? And you see that they didn't get the trophy for normal. You know what they did.
Hoodley, what were you saying?
I was just saying that I've tried playing like every Dark Souls at least twice. I tried playing Dark Souls 2 like 4 times. I got to the first boss as a cleric. I gave up. One time I tried it with a shield. The shield did not do crap. In fact,
I mean, yes, because you're just hiding behind the shield. It's
because everything kept knocking it out of the way and then stabbing me in the face.
Yeah, that's the point. I think Dark Souls 2 learns you a valuable lesson about maybe you shouldn't use the shield. Dodge,
Well, the one time I didn't use the shield, I got further. I still gave up because I just don't like the game.
That's okay.
Yeah, if you didn't like the game, that's just fine. Yep. Just don't be complaining about, oh, it needs an easy mode. Like, no, you just didn't. Wasn't for you. Okay, so we're gonna go on. We're gonna move on from there. Let's talk about Persona 5. Persona 5R is coming out, or I don't even know what the hell this.
We're gonna find out in like 4 days, essentially.
We're gonna find out that we're gonna find out another week from now.
I love when Atlas announces a date for something and they don't
a release date for a release date.
Yeah,
the classic one. The trailer for the trailer.
Yeah, come back later.
I don't know why Atlas is doing that.
Atlas is like,
I think they're just trying to keep with the theme.
Didn't Final Fantasy 15 do that also?
Yeah, it definitely did.
Yeah,
I remember looking for everything.
Yeah, Square is guilty of doing this crap also.
Troll level. I think they're just hiring trolls to do their PR. That's basically it.
So, do you guys think that the Persona 5R is going to be like a brand new game, or is it going to be like in the same vein as the Golden was?
I think it's going to be like Golden.
Yeah, I think
it's
so.
Persona Battle Royale.
Because can you imagine? Here's Persona 5, but Battle Royale.
I'm going to murder somebody.
People would play it and be like buying the DLC costumes for hundreds of dollars.
It's like you could drop into Memento and just start going around and picking up skills and shit. Oh my god, they could.
And you could play as characters from all of Persona.
Oh my god, that would actually sell.
People running around with Mara.
It's $400 for all the DLC combined, but trust me, it's worth it.
You know what the thing is, even if it's $400 for all the DLC, I buy it.
Especially if they were like
Times.
Catherine costumes.
When it comes to
That'd be
Persona 5, I have no limit. I have no self control. Everything else, I'll be like, okay, that's a screw job right there. They're ripping us off. Persona 5, okay, you're ripping me off. I don't care. Take my money.
Shadow's like, oh, the DLC's $400. Let me buy it 4 times. 4 times the I don't need it 4 times, but I need a physical version of the DLC. I need the digital version. I need the PlayStation 4 version of the DLC and the PC, even though it's not out on PC yet. You know, pretty much.
Yeah, I probably would. I ain't gonna lie.
So basically, like what we know about Royale is like what there's a new female maybe antagonist that's against the Phantom Thieves.
Yeah, I think like she's gonna come around eventually and then
Yeah.
join your party.
Yes.
But yeah, I think it's gonna be like something like the Golden. Basically, what I want from this game is I don't know if I want it to be longer because Persona 5 is long as all hell.
I mean,
like-
I just want to make this clear. The more content they add, the longer the game will be.
Exactly.
Anyway, so it will be longer, definitely.
It's already
And
a
it's
I
hell-
already.
hope the female character is just like an option you can play as, because I just want to date Yusuke.
Okay, that's totally fine.
I mean, I wanted that from the beginning. Wish we could do that in the base game, but we couldn't. So I hope she's just like you can just play as her.
I kind of want to be able to play as Futaba. I want Futaba as a party
Ooh,
at the party. Remember?
You'd be stuck in your room for half the game.
amazing though. It would be the most amazing room
It'd be
ever.
just like real life.
Exactly.
I mean,
Not
if you like
exactly,
hacking
'cause
mini games,
In real life, we're stuck in our rooms for the whole game.
You're like just playing it through Futaba's screen, but playing as Joker and all of them.
Oh,
Wait a
man.
minute,
Taba just reminds me of myself, but I'm more cleanly.
if it comes to the Switch, you don't have to play it in your room. So
You could play it on the
You
loo.
could play it in the bed. You could play it like
hey,
I'm gonna be sitting on the loo playing some Persona. That's it, man. That's it.
Don't forget, we could have done that on the Vita.
Mm.
I mean, I think you
Vita
already-
Live.
Remote play, baby.
A man preaching some good work.
Yeah, it actually was dope.
Y'all on here just preaching the gospel here to me. The Vita is live.
Look at God.
God, Jesus.
tonight the Vita feels alive.
listen, don't listen to these guys. Vita's dead in the water. Nobody's coming to save it.
Jesus.
All
We
right.
come together, my brothers and sisters.
Well, I
to talk
mean, the
about the
Dreamcast
Vita.
died years ago,
Amazing.
and people still make games for it.
Oh, they do?
People still love the Dreamcast.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be 2027, and they're gonna be like, new game coming to the Vita, and I'm gonna be.
I'll definitely
fine.
still be playing my Vita in 2025.
I'll be
Mm,
preaching
2
that.
guys ago.
My Vita is
Ah,
full
but
charge. I
still
charged it
working.
yesterday, so I'm good to go.
Yeah, people crazy. Q. Let's do the giveaway right about now.
Okay, giveaway time. Hey, do I have to say something, or do I? What are we doing here? Am I sharing the screen? What are we doing? Talk to me.
Let's see. I mean, you said that if you share the screen, you see people's information, right? I don't think that's
Yeah.
real.
Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Okay, so let's
we trust you. We trust you.
We trust that I'm not gonna give the games to random people who don't deserve it. All right. So
Yes,
here's the thing. We spoke about this before, and we have some rules here. All right, simple as that. Right. The giveaways, we're gonna draw 5 people to give away the games to, and I guess the order is gonna be the games are in an order, so I'll just pick 5 people in that order, however it lists your names. But if you have a spammy account, you're not gonna get the game. It's basically if we see your account on Twitter, whatever you entered with is a spammy account, we've never seen none of us have seen a comment from you before. We're gonna assume that you're just spamming us, and
Yeah.
pretty much, because
You already get enough chances through the system if you connect all of these things. If you are subscribed, if you are following on Twitter and all of that, you have enough chances. You don't need to spam.
Exactly. I remember when Shadow was like, "Hey man, I see somebody. Have you seen this person's profile?" And it was just like everything on their profile is just enter the Gleam giveaways. I'm like, this
Yep.
person does not exist.
Exactly.
All right, so I've hit the draw option, and it's drawing the winners. So
Oh, God, that's crazy.
Drum roll, please.
okay, so it says, what is this thing? It says allow repeat winners. No, we're not allowing repeat. So let's hit draw, and let's see. Okay, let's go with draw. I kid you not, the app isn't drawing. It's literally, it just keeps going back to the screen. Okay, so let's hit again, draw.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna ask everybody in the chat watching right now to hit that like button. I mean, seriously, there's a couple of you
It
guys
would
out
also
here
help
watching.
if we all tweeted out that the giveaway started happening now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's time.
And subscribe if you haven't already.
There we go. See, Hilly, you know what's up.
If you can subscribe to all of our channels. Links will be following in the description, I think, or in a pinned comment, as usual.
Mm-hmm.
I kid you not, the thing is not allowing me to draw winners. I'm not
Okay.
kidding.
It just wants
You
to
know
keep
what?
all
You
the-
know what? For this, I'm actually going to share my screen so you guys see exactly what's going on, right?
Okay.
At least it's not going to pick the names anyway, so I don't know why it's doing that.
Close your hentai tabs.
Yeah, I'm closing the hentai tab.
Okay, just
Had to close that first. All right, so let's hit. Which screen am I sharing? Let me make sure it's not the hentai screen. Perfect. All right, so here's the screen, right? I'm supposed to hit draw, not allow, and it just keeps doing this. Nothing happens.
Okay. Refresh the page, I would say.
I'm gonna refresh the page. Let's try that again. Refreshing page. It's loaded. Oh no, people's names. Oh, sorry. This is why I didn't want to do this stupid thing this way. Come on.
Is it possible to have someone else log into it and try from their computer?
Oh crap! I think it drew the winners, and it's crap.
Oh, you just showed the winners.
I know it drew the winners, and then it failed, but then it actually did, but it didn't show me the winners until crap. Okay, so let me stop sharing. This thing is me. You know what? Everything seems to be screwing me.
If you accidentally doxed anybody, our condolence. We will go for an appendance run for you.
Yeah. Have I stopped sharing the screen?
Yeah.
Don't worry.
HPMP podcast is not taking any responsibility for anything that happens to your stuff. Okay, that
Okay.
was my fault. Okay, yeah. So, who are the winners?
Okay, so the first winner, so the person who gets the first game, which is let's see, first game on the list is Yakuza. So the first person on the top. Actually, you know what? How should we do this? I mean, we discussed this, but I'm not sure who gets what. You know what?
I figured you would just like
randomizer.
draw them in an order
Randomize.
and then let them pick what game they want.
Okay. I'm so
I don't
not
know.
ready for this. Anyway.
Well, you already said Yakuza, so you should just keep going down the list in theory.
Okay, so Yakuza is this person's name is Muru Blade, and their entry that got them the win was following Gab on Twitter. So
Yay!
congrats to the
Thanks
person
for
who followed Gab
following.
on Twitter. The
Which
other
Yakuza?
person, say that again.
Which Yakuza?
Yakuza 0 and Yakuza
Kiwami?
Kiwami. Yeah.
Okay.
Congratulations.
So
All
they're getting some Yakuza. Let's see. Next person is. I think I'm actually reading these people's actual names. Am I? Oh, bloody hell.
Just read their first name then.
Okay, so there's another person called Grizgorz. I don't know how to say that. It's GRZEGORZ. Their entry got them a win from doing the daily bonus, so clicking on the thing every day. So they get the Caligula effect overdose for Switch.
Okay, and let me just say, Caligula Effect Overdose is actually a pretty good game at best.
It's a better Persona ripoff than Mine Zero, at least.
I mean, that's not really hard, I assume.
He's made up for all of the stuff that he's hated for today.
All right.
Okay.
Isn't that game on Vita? I'll get it on Vita.
Everything is on Vita, man. Don't worry about it.
It originally started on Vita. Let's go.
You know, I'm starting to realize this giveaway is biased. There are two people who won from doing something related to Gab. This giveaway hates everyone else. Gab, what you doing, man? Okay, so so the person who's in third, right? That person, his name is Rin. Right now, we have all the emails for everyone here, so we'll just email.
Don't worry, we email everybody after that. So if you don't got your pick while on the stream, you will get an email information and all that sent to you. So don't worry, you're not missing it.
Yeah, pretty much. So Rin followed Gab on YouTube. Gab winning everything. I was hoping that it would be evenly distributed among us, but apparently not. So this person. Now here's the thing. This is something we discussed before we started. which was the fact that PlayStation, Sony screwed us over with regards to keys. So all the PlayStation keys that we were going to do for the PlayStation games, they're dead in the water. So we replaced them with more games. So you guys get extra games. So the game that the person who replaced it, number 3, gets Valkyria Chronicles for the Switch.
Yay!
Damn good game. Alrighty. All right.
We'll get the
So
game with the
that's one thing.
doggo.
So then it's I'm thinking to myself now, what if this person doesn't even have a Switch?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking now. Is like, should we keep the extra games in case?
Okay,
someone...
here's what. If someone wins a game and it's not, they don't have the platform for the game, let me know. I'll email you to confirm. And if you don't have the platform, I'll just give you another game for a platform that you do have. So you just let me know. I have excluding PlayStation, because PlayStation, that whole crazy thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
You coming
Okay.
in safe. All right, go ahead.
Okay, so and that person, just putting it out there. Oh yeah, they followed Gab. Never mind. Next person followed me on Twitter. So you person are awesome. And this is, I'm actually wondering if this is actually the person who's on the podcast with us right now. It says Souls.
Really?
Oh no.
That's
no
so
way.
funny.
There's no way.
So what you doing out here, man?
No, I just entered just to be a part of it.
Oh.
Hey, Souls wasn't a part of the giveaway, so if he did win, it says.
I mean, I don't mind like you passing it over to like a viewer because I don't want it to seem biased or anything.
It's his name is here. I can call his entry number. It's 5540. He entered on the 3rd of the 11th of the 3rd at 17 o'clock. 25 minutes past 17 o'clock. Yeah, and he followed me on Twitter.
I can't believe you, Souls. What you out here trying to do to my podcast, man? What you doing, man?
Hey, I honestly don't even remember entering. It was a long time ago.
Q, what this man win?
Actually, he won the game that Gab recommended I pick up, which was Gris for the Switch.
Ooh, spicy.
Ooh, Gris is great.
Yeah. So yeah.
Just pass it to the next one.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it up to Soul. So should we pass the Gris around to the next person, and I give you something else?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay. So this person after Souls is someone named Matt, and they won by following JRPG Central on YouTube.
Who's not here today?
All right.
Yeah, Central is on his way. He was gonna call us from the car, but the car didn't have a phone or something. Maybe I'm assuming. Anyway, he wasn't gonna call us from the car. But either way, Matt, you won. Your entry was 14. Actually, I can call the entry numbers. So if you guys can check your entry numbers, you'll see it. So this is 1472. Right, for the 5th one. So I guess they get Gris because
we passed.
one Gris, so we passed it on. Right. For those of you, and now here's the thing, I'm gonna do something really, really cool. So here's the thing, for those of you in the chat right now, who I'm seeing deleted message happening all over the place. Yeah, there was a giveaway. So for those of you who are in the chat right now, right, I'm gonna leave it up to Shadow to do this. Right, Shadow's gonna, is his podcast. Shadow's gonna pick one person from the chat, and they're gonna get some Switch credit to get themselves a copy of the DLC for Smash Bros. So
I'm gonna. Do you have the code right now?
it's on my in my email right now. So yeah, I have the code right now.
Let's drop it in the chat.
Ooh.
Everyone in the chat, name your favorite waifu.
It's gonna be Battle Royale, man. Are you serious? Just drop it in the chat. You know what?
Drop it in the chat.
I'm not taking responsibility for it. I'm sending the code to Shadow. Let Shadow fight.
Do
Have
that
his.
thing where you put like the whole key, but then leave one letter or number missing.
That seems mean. That seems, these people have been with us all through the chat. They be showing love.
But it'll be even. It'll be fair.
I'm sending it to Shadow. Shadow, I'm sending it to you on Discord. Right, there's the code. Right. Shadow decides who gets that code. So
The ones in the chat are actually naming their waifus. So Shadow, just pick whichever one you like.
okay. If it's white,
Someone said Tharja.
Dodger is best girl.
Hey, somebody said Fee.
Ooh. Oh, V. Trails are close to 3 feet, right?
She cute though. She cute, but I mean, she not waifu though. I mean, it's all about the Sundara
I kind
waifu.
of feel like it's not fair if I just pick somebody from the chat.
So you're gonna just put it in there, and it's gonna be a battle royale.
I'm gonna drop it in the chat. You guys should get your. What is it? It's a switch, right? Switch.
It's
code,
a Switch key, yeah. So
Key up for grabs.
I'm gonna
they're
give
gonna
you
get credit.
I'm gonna give you guys some time. I'm gonna give you at least 5 more minutes.
Get your Switch
Get your
out.
Switch started up.
Put it into your lab, activate your wireless connection, go
And-
into the store, ready to prepare, and then we're going to drop it after we collected the next 2 winners, and then drop it. Okay?
I kind of feel like I kind of feel like there's someone on this podcast right now with their Switch in hand, like.
No. I don't own a Switch.
I mean, I
Yeah.
have mine right here.
Let-
But
if you win, let
I'm
us
just
know if
playing
you-
Katana Zero.
I'm playing. I'm actually playing Pez on my PlayStation 4 right now. It's
My
not a
PlayStation's
JRPG.
sitting at the theme screen.
Ooh. What's your PlayStation theme?
The PlayStation 2 one right now.
Oh,
They
mine.
have that.
Legacy theme.
Oh, nice.
I got this character from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Gwen, as my picture profile. Spider Gwen. Love me some Spider Gwen.
Did you hear Spider-Gwen's going to be in Ultimate Alliance 3?
Really?
Yep.
Well,
Right.
I mean,
Right
that
now.
is a JRPG, and I'm looking forward to that because Spider Gwen is B. I mean, just saying.
Ain't she?
She
Shadow, you're
adorable.
trolling the chat so bad.
Here's
Oh,
the
yeah.
code. Oh man, wow, that is priceless. Yeah, it is Switch credit to Luna who's asking. It is Switch credit, so you can I mean, potentially you could use it to get the DLC for Smash, or you could buy a game with it or whatever. There's a Switch sale going on this weekend, I think, so you could probably pick up a game. I don't know. But yeah.
Who else we
So-
got? How many we got now?
There's people just waiting there, just like waiting. They're just waiting to stab other people in the backs. It's my code. I want it, my precious. But yeah, as I said, for anyone who won, we're gonna email you guys. And if you don't have the console for it, I'll just replace it with something else for you. So you just let me know. When I email you, I'll be like, hey, you won the giveaway. Of course, we're gonna fact check that you didn't have a spam account. And then if you didn't, then we good, and you got the giveaway. And yeah. As for Souls, getting in there and taking a win for himself.
Just
We'll
trying to
talk
show support.
That's a nice Switch code. I'm
We'll get you
not
an
sure what happens if you get what you get if you type
That's
it
the
in.
code? Is that really the code?
No, it's not.
Go at the end. Let me know. I know that's not what I said, Shadow. Oh man. Wow.
No, so let's just move on for a moment before we lose it. Come
Okay,
on.
so we got a couple more topics to get through, and I don't think we have that much time remaining. So let's go on with the I think we can get this through real quick. Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Meh.
Don't want it. Finally Gab agrees with me on something. Perfect.
Damn.
I just felt like rather than actually do something new, they've just done the same formula over and over. And I get people like that, but it's like, you guys can't keep cashing in. Like, eventually they're gonna realize what you're doing.
I mean, they've been doing that for like 20 years.
I know.
Yeah.
I've just been buying it anyway.
I did expect more for it to be the first console Pokemon game.
Not the
It
first.
just looks like
There was
it looks
GameCube
like X
Pokemon.
and Y all over again.
Yeah,
It's
but
literally just the same thing.
Traditional, I should say.
Okay, first console traditional.
But I wanted something more story driven, and like this does not look.
Then
like
why
it at
were you
all.
looking to Pokemon for that?
You know
Because I
what?
want to see them do better.
I was thinking the same way. I was like, you know what? They're gonna do console. Let's see if they do the same thing I did with Pokemon Colosseum and XD, but make it a bigger world and everything like that.
That's
and,
what I was expecting as well. And that's the crazy thing. They've done
No.
it before.
They should
So
make
it's
a
not
new Pokemon Conquest.
what?
I don't know about that sway.
I think you're alone, man, on that one. Pokemon Conquest.
Hey, I
I always
mean,
wanted to play Pokemon Conquest though.
it's like Pokemon Disgaea.
Yeah.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's like Final Fantasy Tactics or something.
I mean, I love the tactics game, but
No, I might have to actually look at that game.
Yeah,
Okay,
you should.
Pokemon Sword and Shield. Nobody really cares about it. They ain't gonna change it up. It's gonna be 8 badges. They're gonna do some things different. Don't get me wrong. New Pokemon here and there.
We might as well just, shove our hands in blenders.
yeah. I'm with Gab on this one. I mean, Nintendo. I mean, not Nintendo. Game Freak needs to do something with the Pokemon brand. I mean, I've been following Pokemon for years. I grew up on this stuff. I want more of my Pokemon. I mean, if I invested all this time in it, I've grown with the Pokemon series. I mean, let the Pokemon series grow up. I mean, Ash Ketchum never ages. Like, what's with that? I mean, yeah, he found the Fountain of Youth and everything like that, and we all know what it is. But basically, yeah, I mean, Give us
Hey,
some.
by the way, did you know that the voice actress for Ash Ketchum is actually the same voice actress for Jimmy in Ape Escape 2?
I've never played this game.
Well,
my
that's
God.
that's
I just
awkward
wanted to
from time to
mention that
time.
because I
We
thought it
gotta
was
get you to talk to
interesting.
Blandrew because y'all be best friends. This Ape Escape nonsense. I'm sorry, nah.
This is nonsense.
I'm kidding.
He's not even giving it a chance. He's just like, no, this is
For the record, you can find a lot of different Pokemon things, just not in the main line. I mean, you got less stuff like you got Coliseum and Ranger.
good.
You got Mystery Dungeon. You got Pokken.
I played
You got
Ranger, loved
Pokemon
it.
Snap.
Mystery
I heard
Dungeon,
good.
loved it.
Mystery Dungeon is amazing. It's beautiful.
I got a question. Who's still gonna buy this one day one?
I'm
Not
not buying
it.
it.
Nope. I skipped Let's Go, Eevee, and Pikachu, and I can skip this one easily.
Oh yeah,
I skipped that
was
too.
watered
Oh my
down.
god. How much other people skip the terrible Pokemon game?
Yeah, I skipped that one too.
Yeah, I
Mm.
skipped-
And I also skipped Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
I've
Oh,
skipped
Oh, so
every
did I, so did
Pokemon
I.
Souls?
since Pearl.
Man, I'm vibing with you guys today. That's what I'm talking about. Skipping games together.
I am interested in this one, but the only thing is, it does look like another 3DS game. But so it's going to irk me that it's going to have that $60 price tag.
Yep. $60 for the
In
same
Canada,
thing.
it's more like $92.
Jeez,
Well, it depends on your
forget
region.
about
But
that freaking Canada hike.
All about that
I feel
Canada.
bad
Oh
for them.
yeah.
I mean, you guys do have maple syrup, so it evens out. So yeah.
I mean, it's a good combination. I mean, Canada has it all, you know. I mean,
Mhm.
it's just
And they have poutine. What's it called?
Putin.
Okay.
you
Well,
know
that
you
sounds
have
that
all
kind
the
of
good
sounds
stuff.
dirty. I could just imagine, you know what I mean? Especially because how I like to think of Canada, right? I picture Canada as like America, but just the good America. So like there's America where I'm assuming everyone just hates each other or something and fights and whatever. Which is not true because I've been there. But the thing is, like with Canada, I just picture everyone's. You know, you walk in front of someone, you step on their foot. Oh, I'm so sorry. The person who got stepped on is like, I'm so sorry too.
Yeah, no, that happens. It's really funny.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that must
People
be a nice
you
place
don't
to
know
live.
will say hi to you or talk to you if you're a cashier.
Y'all crazy. All right. Do that stuff in New York.
Ready to
please.
give
No,
that
it's not
code away
weird
in
when
chat.
anyone does that here.
Do that in New York. You'd be like, yo, what you mean hello? Like, God.
I'm gonna say,
What you want?
San Francisco people are some of the nicest people in the U.S. Just putting that out there because when I was in San Francisco, people were just passing me on the street and waving at me and saying hi and shit, and I was just like, damn, these people nice.
Oh yeah, California in general is nice.
Yeah.
Could be the legalization of drugs. So
Yeah, everyone's smoking weed over there. Like you walk through the street at
Wait,
night, it's
Weed
weed.
is legal in California?
yeah,
The
Yup.
actual Switch code is posted.
Freaking
Go,
sweet.
go,
I'm
go,
moving to
go, go, go,
California.
go.
Run, people, run! Kill someone! Get a code.
All right. So, Pokemon Sword and Shield. Canada's
it's
crazy.
so it's a Switch code, but it's a battle royale.
Mm.
Can you imagine if someone tried to code that shadow posted first and it's like this didn't work?
All righty. So, yeah,
No one wants to guess what the third version will be?
It's a vision of what?
Gun.
Gun.
Yeah, gun.
I'd say Spear. Like I think Spear would be fit.
Or
Shield.
arrow. Or bow
Sword
and arrow.
shield. Sword shield. Yeah, bow and arrow would make sense. Arrow. That's all you get,
Arrow.
just the arrow.
The arrow.
Then they come out with bow.
The bow would be the DLC. It'd be like, if you want the bow, you pay for that DLC.
$40 bow
No,
DLC.
this
separate
one will
game.
be Spear, and then the next generation will be Pokemon Bow and Pokemon Arrow,
It
and
looks
then
like
the
Lunar
third version will be
Spite got
Gun.
it, guys. So congrats to Lunar Spite for getting the code.
Luna got it? Really? How do you know Luna got it?
Lunar said got it, so I'm just gonna assume.
That was fast.
Oh wow, Luna, you move like with the quickness. Damn.
He was ready. He was primed out and ready. He had it on that Switch main screen.
Probably had a keyboard
That's no one would
connected
do
to
that.
Switch. It was like
Moving
my
with a speed.
keyboard
Oh,
connected
you
to
can
the
also go to
Switch.
the website probably.
Oh, I wish my internet was good.
Okay.
Missed the 7 at the end. Oh my god, these men were really trying.
Oh,
You
man.
know what? You know what? Next time Shadow invites me on, I'm gonna bring a next Switch code with me. It's all good.
See, so you guys got tuned into the podcast. You gotta be dropping
Yeah.
the chat. You don't really know what's going on. You know?
Give him some value here, man.
Mhm.
That's what's up.
All right. Alrighty, so let's talk about we got about a couple more minutes left. Let's talk about Steam and the Epic Game Store debacle.
God, it's so stupid. I wish you could literally just still buy everything, but you can choose what storefront you want to buy it from.
I know, right? Steam is everything.
I wished we had a unified storefront, you know, no publisher mingling, just people saying, you want to have this? Here's a price, we get all of it, no publisher involved, you know, just get rid of publishers. Just let the people develop their games and say, yeah, we want $20 for that. We get all the $20, and that goes fully into the pockets of our developers to pay for all what they need. That would be nice, you know?
What about people like Devolver Digital? They're nice.
Yep.
But they're still publishers. I don't like publishers.
No, there are
Have
publishers
you
that I like
seen
though.
their E3 presentations?
Yeah, but
so what's
that's
on
a
that
likable thing of entertainment, but just entertainment doesn't make them better. They still shouldn't get their money. I think
Yeah,
the developers should get their money. That's all.
You see, some publishers do the work for the developers. Like the developers make the game and then they put in the, like for example, there's a game from NS America called Assault Spy, right? And that was done by a one-guy team. And Assault Spy is amazing. It's a really, really great game. The only thing is that I think by themselves they wouldn't be able to, as this one guy. I'm not sure how much of a push his game would have gotten if it's just him. But I think with NS America, behind him, backing him, you know, most of the people who are already picking up JRPGs from NS America, you know, you're picking up your ESO, whatever have you, then you go in and you say, you know what, I'm gonna pick up Assault Spy, you know, because it's NS America, the brand name is with it, so that name carries weight to it, and then it then sort of like encourages the sale of the product.
I understand that, but that's not how I like this. I would for me this is like the publisher takes something away that they technically didn't work for, you know. It's like it's just for me. This is just not how it should be for me.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
they did help.
There's
to,
marketing,
you know,
though. You know, they'd have to do
advertise
the
for it,
marketing
word
and all that kind of stuff, and that has a cost. It marketing is, I think, the most.
I don't say that it's not that marketing isn't important and it doesn't cost things. It's just that it just feels like it's not necessary. I think a game can speak on its own, and if you have it on a
No.
platform and you can decide on the price, I think there's more options here.
But
But if
yeah,
you,
well,
it's important.
Okami.
Sometimes no
There you
matter how
go.
good a game
Okami.
is, need help in business.
Yeah, because I mean, how you think of, like for example, the other day I was on my Switch trying to find something to pick up. Right, I was like, oh, let me see if I can find something I want to play on the Switch. And there are hundreds of indie titles that I know nothing of, so I just skip them.
Katana
I'm just
Zero.
like, I don't know what this is. 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 And then I see something I know, and I'm like, oh, a game that I know. I'll pick this one up. And so the thing is that when it comes to, especially for indies who they've never done a game before, no one knows who they are. At that point in time, you do need a leg up sometimes. You know, they're the one or two who just come out of nowhere, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, this is amazing," and it works. You know, it's not to say that it doesn't. It's just that the vast majority, they're gonna need some help. And I think if you have a good game and a publisher is willing to back your good game, then I think that's good. I mean, it's important depending on the publisher, though. I mean, don't go going for EA to back your game because they'll just carry you down with them.
That's a
But-
freaking death sentence right there.
Yeah, pretty much. People are gonna be like, "Oh, EA, I'm not buying your game."
So would you guys not play a game because it's on a different launcher or something like that?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
I mean, it's more like if I can actually pay for it.
So
And
wait a minute. A
I actually
launcher is
think
going to
it's
keep
fun.
you guys from saying, "No, I don't want to play Persona 6. It's on the Epic Game Store."
Nah,
I mean, that's not a good question, mate. That's like Persona. That's like, do you want to eat food this morning, or do you not want? Of course, I want to eat. I'm hungry. I haven't had breakfast yet. I mean, the point is Persona is like breathing air. You know, you can't put that in there. Pick something else.
I don't know about that. That seems like
Okay, can I try?
Go ahead.
Okay, let's say Dark Souls 4 was on the Epic Games Store. Would you play that?
If I was interested in
Go out of your way to get Dark Souls 4. If you really like Dark Souls, would you get it?
yeah, I don't see why not. I'm not interested in Dark Souls, but if I was and I wanted to play it, why would a launcher stop me from playing playing the game?
Well, there you go.
For me, it's about my continuity of my account. Let's put it this way, right? Right now in the North American region, I don't know if it's still that way, but last I checked, there's a game called Darksiders 3, right? On Steam, it's $60. On the Epic Store, it's actually like $30, I think. So it's like half price on the Epic Store. So I was like, ooh, I may want to pick this up on the Epic Store. I think it was 25. But every time I was about to hit the purchase option, myself was telling myself, it was like, mate, but it's not on Steam. It's not with the rest of your games, and you'll never launch this launcher ever again, And so yeah, I just didn't end up picking it up. I was just like, whenever Steam has a Steam sale, I'll pick it up on the Steam sale, and that would just be it.
I mean, I know what you're talking about because like a month back, I was playing Anthem, and I got it on Origin Access, and then I opened up Origin, and I was like, oh, I have Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 on Origin. Oh, I hadn't thought about that. So like, you probably forget about that you have some games. But I think somebody said in the chat, like, eventually they'll just make one launcher that will just take everything from,
No,
Yeah, you connect all
that
your-
will never happen. That will
Wouldn't that
never
kind of
happen.
be
They've
a
done that
problem,
with their whole games with live. They should have just made it connect to other launchers and just get all your trophies and achievements in one place. And because that's another thing too, people like their trophies and achievements. Their accounts mean something to them now. So
Okay, I didn't think about that. You might be right about that. I didn't think about
I mean, I actually tried checking out the Epic Game Store. I didn't buy anything because I uninstalled it. There's nothing there that I want. And I noticed it's kind of lacking as a storefront. Like it's just kind of objectively worse than something like Steam or GOG or
There's
just
not even a search bar.
whatever. Yeah,
there's no
there's not
search
a
bar.
search bar. There's not like a shopping cart. There's just nothing there.
So
So
because
I think
so
it's fine to hate on it because it's just not a very good storefront.
oh, okay, it's fun to hate on it, but like if one of your games that you wanted to play was coming out only to the Epic Game Store, you're gonna be like, nah, Sway. If Ape Escape 4 came out,
I mean, that's made by Sony, so I don't think it would actually come out just for the
Hey,
Epic Game
Sony
Store.
has
But if
released
it
games
did,
on other
if someone
platforms.
made basically like a spiritual successor to Ape Escape and it was really good, I'd buy it if I could actually figure out how to.
How to purchase on the Epic on that whole storefront and everything like that. Does it have PayPal in the Epic store? I can't remember. Does it have PayPal?
I don't remember. I didn't check. I didn't buy anything.
Because I hate putting my credit card into like random storefront things, because everyone's losing your information and all that kind of stuff as well.
Yeah. Didn't they have some security breach or something like that?
I just say exclusivity is not a good concept in general. Whenever you limit the access to something just arbitrarily, just because you want to make more money, that's just bad for everybody involved, other than the people who sell it. And I think that's just bad. That's just plain old bad.
I mean, not really, because if everything was available, let's just say, like there was just like one platform, just like all the games would just come to that one platform.
Okay.
That would be horrible because guess
Why?
what? You ain't got no other options. You have to play whatever they put on there.
I mean, again, if I don't know, I don't understand why this is. No, it's not about exclusivity in that sense.
It's exclusivity in the sense of like you can only get this here and nowhere else, but it could be on something else. And I agree with you on that, Nightmare. I think the thing is that price should drive sales. Like if I have Epic and I have Steam, but it's cheaper on Epic, and I feel like I want to get an Epic because it has better features, it has a better price, and everything like that. I think that should drive me to buy it from Epic, not because it's only on Epic.
Yes, that's the point. That's the point. It's like you can choose what kind of options. This is one of these classic things. I mean, I know that it's just an illusion of choice in many cases because but at least it would offer us the opportunity to choose from who we want to take this. It's not the exclusivity is not really helping us. And we see sometimes this is good. I mean, we had this whole thing with Sony's censorship, and on PC platforms, these games are not censored. And this is definitely a point that could drive sales. And I think like this is something that we need more. We need a little bit more options on this, and I think that this is the reason why I think we need to this competition kind of thing. Either make it more equal and get rid of exclusivity on that case, or just don't do it at all. It just makes no sense. Exclusivity is only good for the companies behind it, but not for the customers in general.
It actually hurts the company sometimes though, because think about like Tomb Raider when it was exclusive on the Xbox, it didn't sell well on the PlayStation when it came out for it eventually.
Yeah, but
okay, but let's make one thing clear. Timed exclusivity is kind of
that's a real bad system because the people who really want it will go anywhere.
By itself is a bad thing because look at something like Bayonetta 2. No one wanted to pick up Bayonetta 2, and Nintendo was like, "Hey, we'll fund the game. Just put it just on our systems." And it's just like, yeah, without that, we wouldn't have Bayonetta 2. We probably wouldn't have
No,
God.
but here's
That's a
the
special situation. That's something different. That's
But
not the
still,
same
the
thing.
problem here is I'm pretty sure that a lot of people would have picked it up more if it would be on a platform that they already had. Because there is then this $300 extra price tag on top of that some people might not be willing to go. I mean, Bayonetta was a cult hit and it was a really good game, but are you really willing to give $360 for just one game for a platform that you might not even want to have anything else on? That's just.
I mean, I got this.
People have done it in the past.
I mean, yes, they
Yeah.
have done it, but it seems like a fringe case. It's a very expensive thing for something that seems only tangentially the case. I mean, the super fans will do it, but do the general people want to do this? Because that just doesn't seem like it. I mean, yeah, it sold good on the console, but I've seen other examples where this didn't be the case, and it's just it's weird, you know? It's not
Bayonetta
that
is
it's
different from the others, though. I mean, it would not have happened without Nintendo in that situation. With the other games, they will happen no matter what.
But that
So-
doesn't make any. But that makes it not different. That's still the same exclusivity. Okay, it hadn't happened. Well, is it better that it happened and that I have to pay $300 extra, or is it better that it didn't happen and I just could wait until somebody does something with it? It just is one of these situations where I'm like, yeah, the exclusivity saved it, but it didn't really help the franchise grow as it's now shackled to a system that many people still don't want to have. I mean, yes, it's now on the Switch, and yeah, a lot of people more own the Switch, but that's just a gamble that I'm not willing to take. You know,
You said it didn't help it grow.
So you
it did grow.
die?
It did
Like-
grow.
Yeah, it
Like,
did grow.
I mean,
'Cause
if it wasn't for this, it would be dead right now.
Exactly.
it would be dead, and that's the thing. It's different with Bayonetta than if it's like, for example, like with Borderlands being only on Epic Store. I mean, in the sense of that there are people who would probably have picked up Borderlands who are not going to pick up Borderlands 3 because of the fact that it's on the Epic Store and they don't want to make an Epic Store account or whatever have you. I'm going to tell you guys straightforward. I have 2 Epic Store accounts. If you search for LP Guardian on Epic Store, you'll find 2 accounts. There's the first account I made where I've forgotten the password for that because I'd never used it, right? It's dead. It's a dead account, right? But I have games on that account. I just can't remember the password. And now I had to make a second account, and that's the one that I have that's active right now. But the thing is I never use the account. There's like 1 or 2 games I have on there just to have the account, and it's never used, and so the account is dead. So I think when it comes down to it, for me, if I were to say like I was a huge Borderlands fan, which I'm not really that much of a big Borderlands fan, I like it, but not enough to switch platforms. I would say, yeah, I would probably wait. I'd be like, okay, it's gonna be out in a year. I have a lot of other games to play. I'll wait till it hits Steam and I'll play them there.
God, you guys
And then
crazy on the launcher stuff. Okay, that's you guys. Me, I ain't waiting for nothing. All right, I'm gonna download the Epic Store, play Borderlands 3, and I'm gonna be about my merry day. And then you know what? Since I love Borderlands 3 that much, 6 months later, I'm gonna buy it on Steam again. So you know what?
you're condoning this badness. You know what's gonna happen, right, Shadow? Someone's gonna make us. Every publisher is gonna make a store, and you're gonna have 50 stores on your PC that you just.
When it gets to that point, then I might have something to say.
Well, it's getting to that point. I mean, Ubisoft have their store, EA has their store, Epic has their store. I mean, it's coming there.
Yeah,
Competition is good
Store
for
then
the
we can have
consumer, but it's just not good when there's just too much of it.
Yeah,
and
because
none of
no
them
one
really
remembers
have
their
anything to
passwords.
offer.
I don't understand this whole concept. Again, it doesn't actually help the people. I don't understand this. Exclusivity is one of the. I actually talked about this yesterday with an economist, and they literally said to me, exclusivity is only ever good for the companies, never good for the customers, never good for the people who actually make the product. That's
All right,
just
well,
an
I-
economic factor because this is a monopoly, and monopolies mean that only one party has control. There it's not in a sense of helpfulness to the customer and the people around it. And that's something we need to take care. We need to stop just defending the publishers because, oh, it's growth, but I'm pretty sure that's not how this works. Give a little bit more freedom to the people and it will work. I assure you that.
Look at what happened with Smash. They gave them freedom.
That's not the same. It's still on the same platform. There is no freedom.
That
Can
was
I
a
offer
joke.
like
Yes.
just like hypothetical scenario?
Yeah,
What do you mean?
Just
What's the
like
hype?
to this whole exclusive thing.
Do you want to have an example? Okay, company owns property.
No, I meant like, can I give a hypothetical?
Okay, you can give one if you want.
All right. Well, okay. I'm not entirely sure if I'll word this very well because I don't know. Okay, so like, are you just against like exclusivity in general?
Yes, because it's a monopoly and monopolies shouldn't exist.
Okay. But here's the thing. If with all the purpose of an exclusive on a console or a handheld or a service or just really anything that you can buy something from, it's all in service to the thing that it is exclusive to. So like if you want to play the new God of War, you have to get a PS4. If you want to play Smash Brothers, you have to get the Switch. And the reason they do that is because that's what makes the product interesting. That's what makes people want to buy it. That's what just generally helps the companies that make the things those games are exclusive to. So that way they can just, they can probably make bigger games. They can expand their business. They can actually, they can get more exclusives maybe. And that'll make their consoles or platforms or services more interesting to people. And so more people are likely to buy them because there are a lot of exclusives that are like, hey, that one thing has a lot of things that I think, no, that I know I would really enjoy. So there you go. They have another customer. And then like,
Can I give you the counter argument directly?
I'm not done yet, but
I mean, you haven't made. I think you have not made any point yet.
I'm getting
Okay,
there.
okay, then get there. So okay.
All right, so basically, just like the whole point of exclusivity is to make a bunch of different things interesting to a bunch of people. So that way, what was I gonna say?
See what you're doing, man.
It's like if you have a bunch of different things offered for separate platform. What am I? Okay. I think I've got it now. Like
Okay.
you say, a monopoly is a bad thing, but like
Yes.
if you didn't have exclusives, to make all the different platforms interesting, it would probably just lead to a monopoly, which would be bad for the consumer in the long run because then there would just be one platform, one thing, one service where you could get stuff from, and they could just do whatever they want. They could make really poor quality games, or they could overcharge. And where else are you going to get your stuff from? So exclusives are just.
So in how way is that
getting
different? So in how way is that different to EA games right now?
Wait, what?
And how what you describe is basically what EA Games does right now. Reducing the quality and value of a product, overcharging
yeah, but they're
prices, and giving
parties.
exclusivity. In what way is that? And they have exclusivity. In what way do you describe a negative concept that is endorsing exclusivity as of now?
Well, I mean, EA is just a third-party publisher. They're kind of terrible
but
anyway.
they still have their origin platform, and they still limit access to that specific platform if you are on PC.
I honestly, what do they have exclusive to Origin?
They have FIFA exclusive to Origin. There is the Anthem, Mirror's Edge. I wasn't gonna call Anthem because that's not a good game. They have Mirror's Edge.
Good example, though.
Jeez. Yeah, that's an example nonetheless.
But the point is, you have a lot of games that people want, and they now have to deal with that company, no matter if they want or not. And it hasn't actually gotten upgraded the quality; it actually downgraded the quality of many of their products. I mean, the people who actually play FIFA will tell you that the yearly installments don't really get better; they just add more microtransactions. In
Well,
what
guess
way?
what? You don't have to play EA's games, and if you still want to play EA's games for whatever reason, you don't have to play them on Origin. You can play them on like PS4.
So you have to, if you're on PC, you have to play them on
And
Origin.
you don't have to deal with them if you don't play them on PC. You have options to play their
But
games.
that's not the same.
There's a big difference when it comes to playing on PC. Let's put it this way, right? I play FIFA, right? I play PES, right? I'm a fan of football games, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is that for those of you in the US, soccer games. But either way, the point is that I play these games, right? And there's a big benefit to playing on PC. For example, with PES on PC, you can patch in stuff, right? Also, online is free on PC. I don't have to pay for PS Plus or for Xbox Live if I want to play on the PC. I can just go online and play with anybody, whoever I want to play with, right? And the PC version always looks better. It runs better. I get better frame rates. It feels better. I can choose which controller I want, so I can play with the PlayStation controller, the Xbox controller. On the PC, doesn't matter. there's a difference when it comes to PC. So there's a huge benefit to playing on the PC when it comes to choosing a platform to play on. And when it's limited to like, oh, I can only play on, because I remember you used to be able to get FIFA games and Mass Effect and all that kind of stuff on Steam, and then EA made their launcher, and you could only get it on EA's launcher. And then that sucked because EA's launcher at first was terrible. It eventually got a bit better, but still, I never launched my Origin launcher. I have a bunch of games on Origin. I have a lot of FIFA games on there. I have the entire Mass Effect collection. I think Shadow mentioned he logged in and saw that same thing recently. So yeah, I have the entire Mass Effect collection. I have a bunch of other games on there, but I never launch it. The only launcher that starts on my PC is Steam, nothing else.
Well, then
And
that's EA's fault. If the only exclusive thing, if they're the only way you can
But
get
that's the
your
point. No,
games,
no.
and
that's
they're a
what he's
horrible
saying.
service
That's what I
provider,
meant
then
saying.
that's their
That's
fault.
the point. That's the point of exclusivity. It limits the access and allows the people in charge to do terrible decisions against your will. That's why this is a problem. And just because other companies haven't done it doesn't mean that it will not happen in the end, because it accumulates at the top. More smaller launchers will potentially fail over time, and then that means that larger publishers can pick up the slack of that. They can pick up the properties and then just decide, okay, we want to have this exclusive, and then you have to deal with us again
But
and
then
again and
that
again.
is a monopoly, isn't it?
And that's the point. Monopolies are never a good thing, because it means that the product accumulates at one specific source. But that problem is that this gives them incredible power. And here's a point that also goes against this. When we started with PC gaming, we didn't have platforms like Steam. People just put the games in the store, and you bought the CD, put it into your system, installed it, and there it was. You didn't have a launcher, you didn't have that, and games were still successful back then without that. So you don't need it necessarily. The launcher system, these exclusivity elements, they are not necessary to facilitate the product in the first place. A lot of people still buy their games physical, and they don't have to go through the marketplace, and they can decide on things. They can buy games used, something that we can't on these platforms. So you see, the exclusivity is not really helping us in that case. It just makes it worse for us customers when companies decide to do terrible things.
All right. This was glad I brought this topic.
A nice little heated debate.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, it's a nice little heat debate there. Okay, all right. Okay, so I think we're at the limit right now on this one. I asked if anybody has anything less to say on the subject, but
I understand.
Gotta wrap it up.
I think this is a good point to end, I think.
Alrighty, so we're gonna end it right here. We're gonna go to the outros right about now. All right.
Sorry for talking so long.
But it was good. It was good.
Cab, if you're still around, go ahead with your outro.
Oh, I'm still here for sure. I was listening to them. I thought Nightmare actually sounded exactly like one of my friends. Oh no, it's Alex. Just like the way he stated, like talking about the Monopoly stuff. Yeah, I completely agree, but it's whatever. Thank you guys so much for entering the giveaway. It was really fun, and it was really nice to work with all you guys. So I hope we can definitely do something in the future. You know where to find me. If I have social media, it's probably at Gabmew. I make videos and stream and stuff, so come by.
Go ahead, Nightmare.
It's Nightmare Alpha, the hobby economist here, and I had a nice day today, and I enjoy this, and I'm actually feeling way better than at the start. I can tell you that. I feel better. So you can find me on Twitter, YouTube, whatever. I'm kind of losing it here.
Okay.
But have fun. Have fun.
Souls?
Yeah, it was a great podcast. Definitely, we gotta try to get this done a little more often.
Yeah,
so
you're right.
You're
right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, it was a good podcast. Glad to see everybody here, including the guests. Thank you for coming, and yeah, can't wait to do the next one.
Q.
Thanks for having me. I always enjoy popping on and hanging out with you guys. I don't have a lot of JRPG friends in IRL, so it's always nice to hang out with you guys and talk about JRPGs and all that kind of good stuff. A lot of good topics. If you guys want to find me, you can find me on Twitter at LPGuardian. You can pretty much find me everywhere at LPGuardian. And also on the website, thebuttonsmashers.com. So yeah, hope you guys have a wonderful afternoon and hope you enjoyed the show. Yeah.
Riku? The Riku-san one, the only one. And episode this week. We had some heated debates. I would like to see more of that. Don't hold back, people. Just obviously no name calling. Good, we didn't have any of that. And we don't want to get too crazy on some weapon wheel shit. But good stuff. Good stuff, people. JRPGs. My whole JRPG family here, and hopefully this Final Fantasy VIII works out for me. I'll see what side I end up.
I hope you
being
like
on.
it. I just
I
hope
hope
you like it.
I hope I like it too. You don't want to go into a game and just like wanna hate it.
Yeah.
Everybody goes into a game wanting to like it. That's how we play games. I know there's some masochists out there that actually play shitty games and they know it's shitty and they know they'll hate it.
These
I
poor
don't
people
know.
do
I-
a
If it helps
disservice
you,
to mental
I
health.
like Final Fantasy VIII. I think it's
Okay.
pretty good.
Like I said, I'm singing along with the music. I enjoy what I see right now.
We just know that Final Fantasy VIII is better than Final Fantasy IX. And Final Fantasy IX is trash.
See,
And the Vita's trash.
Jesus Christ. See, okay. Shadow's going to get away with this slander since this is his podcast. So I'm just going to pretend I didn't hear any of that. But
hey, I'm just saying, Riku. I could when we leave this, we could go out back. I'll hold him, and you could punch him in the gut.
with my Vita. Yeah. Anyway, I'll hit you with. I'll smack R1 across your face. Or something. But good show, everybody. Talk to you whenever we. Hey, that Persona 5 whatever news is coming out soon. I assume he's gonna want to do a podcast sometime around there.
I know it comes out on.
Comes out this Friday.
Yeah.
But there you go.
This Thursday,
Maybe there'll be an episode next week. It's all up to Shadow.
I said there was definitely going to be an episode next week.
Well, tune in, people. Tune in.
You never know. I might drop some codes in the chat. You never know.
You never know.
Spicy.
Lee, go ahead, man. What's your outro?
What do I say?
You
Plug
say the
yourself.
good stuff.
Yeah, plug your channel. Know what you talk about, and yeah, that's it. If you want.
Well, I don't have much stuff on my channel right now because I'm slow and lazy. Not a lot of stuff about JRPGs. I am going over Kingdom Hearts right now. Kingdom Hearts 3 is really fun, by the way. Just wanted to say that. I talk about PS2. Well, I'm going to talk about PS2 games. Really expensive JRPGs I buy because I have no self-control. So if you don't find my voice completely horrible, I probably still wouldn't recommend checking my channel out, but it's there if you want to.
You know something, Hoodley? I think you give yourself, you're too hard on yourself. Your content is really good. I remember one time at work, I did nothing but listen to your videos. So I thought they were all great. So
Well, then I am very sorry for wasting your time on those.
my God, dude, you're fine. You're actually good. Okay.
All right.
Alrighty, guys.
Also, one more thing. I'm just gonna say this again. Everyone go play Katana Zero because it's really, really good, and you get a rainbow sword.
Okay, that sold me.
Rainbows.
Rainbow Sword.
Alrighty,
You get a rainbow sword. The blood splatters turn into paint.
sounds crazy.
Yeah, you also get the master sword.
Oh, Master Sword. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty, guys. This is, of course, your JRPG God, the man that will not be stopped by any JRPG on the planet. Shots at Tart's Gauntlet. Next time, why don't you be in here, bro? If you guys.
Calling you out.
Shots fired.
That's what you did. And that's about it. As you guys know, the Vita is trash. The Vita
Oh Lord.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is actually a great game. I don't
Mm.
I never said it was bad. I just said I hated it.
Testify.
All right, guys. I'll catch you. All right, we'll catch you guys next time. Deuces.
Peace.
Bye.
Juice.